Welcome to live action here at Tasker Arena. We're watching the Hobbs JV, and they were playing Roswell, the Coyotes, the JV team, as well. And we're in the third quarter, about to get into the fourth with 40 seconds remaining. That was Seamus Wright who was at the line. Score is 54-38, Hobbs trailing. And actually they were in the lead in the first quarter, 19-18. But fell by 10, 19-9 against Roswell in the second quarter, making it 37-28. And they have not been able to score much. It's been rather anemic. In fact, they've only gotten 10 points in this quarter. And Roswell has 27. So right now, or 17. Either way, they are leading 54-38. On the line right now for Hobbs to shoot two, Justice French. He's gotten it down to 54-39. One more shot. Once again, this is JV coverage. We'll be having the varsity later on after this game, depending on how much time they put on the clock. It is 54-40, 14-point lead for Roswell as we're about to end this third quarter and go into the fourth. That shot was good, 57-40. As we continue coverage, we'll be back in a moment to let you know what's going on as it goes out of bounds on Noah Reginald. Can't even say his name. All right, I'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back. That was Dana Criswell just a moment ago with that three-point shot to help boost the points for Hobbs. Right now it's 59-43, timeout on the court. And Hobbs still trailing by 16. Just starting the fourth quarter. We'll be back with more in just a moment. Looks like we have an injury on Hobbs. Ankle injury, looks like. And it's not going to go anytime too soon for Jason Jones. Hopefully he's all right. Landed on it awkwardly as he was trying to go up there for that shot. Looks like he can walk it off and will walk it off. And as he goes to the line to shoot two. 61-43 is the score. 6:52 is remaining in this game. After that, we will have live coverage of your Hobbs Eagles versus the Roswell Coyotes, a rematch from 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago. Seems like it's been a while, but we went up to Roswell, and unfortunately Hobbs lost that game, but wanting to redeem themselves, get back into it, get 2-2 in the district. Right now, though, second shot. In and out, no good as well. Still 61-43. 6:49 remaining as Hobbs trying to get back into this one after they led in the first 19-18. That goes out of bounds off of Roswell, so it will be Hobbs ball. Inbounding will be, looks like it's Low. And Danny Criswell is in the game. He shot and hit a three-pointer just moments ago. Gave Hobbs their 43 points they have right now. Under 6:30 remaining. Hobbs has the ball. As he drives, Justice French could not get it in. Goes back the other way, and that is a nice, easy layup for for Roswell. That was Jeremy Sembrano. Well, let's see what happens with this. Another one from Criswell, and Criswell hits it again. Nice three-pointer. 63-46, so Hobbs did need it with 5:38 remaining in the game. They're still down by 17 to the Roswell Coyotes. This is the JV game. Afterwards will be the varsity game for your Hobbs Eagles versus the Roswell Coyotes in the district play number 4, game number 4. Roswell with a 2-1 record for district. Hobbs 1-2, trying to get back into it. On the line, Jeremy Sembrano to shoot two for Roswell. So far, both teams at one foul apiece, so nobody in bonus yet. 5:26 remaining. In fact, Sembrano has 20 points. Missed that first one, luckily. Second free throw is going to be up in a moment. That foul was on his second, Criswell. Oh, actually, looks like that actually was his first. I thought he already shot. Maybe there was a lane violation. Either way. Made the first one. 21 points is what he has, Sembrano has. And we'll get another. Oh, that's right. That was a 3-point. So he gets one more. Could make it 65-46, 19-point lead. And that's exactly what he did. 65-46, Hobbs is trailing. 5:22 in the fourth, and this is the JV game. Back in a moment, let you know what's going on as we continue coverage, as well as let you know about when we're going to get the varsity game on, and also be on Cool 95.7. Criswell has scored the last 8 points for Hobbs, making it 65-48 with that 2-point shot. Nice rebound. Almost in, but rebound. Once again, another rebound and a foul, as that was Seamus Wright with the ball. I believe that was Justice French who had that rebound on the other end of the court to give Hobbs this possession. Not a shooting foul, so it will be inbounded by Criswell. Looks like it's going to be a nice little teardrop right there for Justice French. Gives him 13 points for the game and 50 for Hobbs. Still down by 15 as Roswell loses the ball, stripped away. And a 2-on-1. Criswell misses that easy layup, but it is brought back in, that time by Amari McGahee. And a timeout on the court. Be back in a moment. It is 65-52 JV with 3:49 remaining in this game. After that, we'll have live coverage of the varsity between Roswell Coyotes and your Hobbs Eagles. right, a bad pass from, that was Criswell to turn over the ball one more time. 3:06 remaining in this JV game. Score is now under 10. It's 65-56, single digit for Roswell, as Hobbs is trying to come back and get this game. Doing so by installing a whole lot of defense. And now Roswell just passing the ball, trying to get anybody open. It's like it is zone for Hobbs. Almost lost the ball there. Was Tony Serino. And just like Roswell has lost the ball, another turnover for them as Hobbs regains possession with 2:38 remaining. They're going to have to hurry up, which is why they're probably pressing so hard. Criswell goes into, looks like it is Seamus Wright. Wright is going to direct traffic and see if he can get something going. It's been a better quarter for Hobbs this one around, as at the end of the third it was 57-40. Now it is 65-56. 16 points is what Hobbs has scored so far in this quarter, and now they're back on the line again. Neither team is in foul trouble. Roswell has 3, Hobbs has 2, as on the line now. Shooting 2 will be low. And missed another free throw. So has a chance for one more. And make it an 8-point game with 2:19 to go if he makes this shot. And he does. 8 points, 65-57, 2:19 remaining. We'll be back in just a moment. Tony Serrano on the line to shoot 2 for Roswell, as that was given to Jason Jones, his second foul of the game. With 1:42 remaining, it is 66-57, back to a 9-point lead. Could be 10 if this one is made by Siriano. Hobbs, like I said, coming back from this, but so far have not been able to get closer than 8. Second shot is good. 10-point lead for Roswell. The JV game is going strong. Still has a minute 39 remaining, as that one is in and out. No. But it is brought back up. Rebound by Hobbs, and that was Jason Jones, who just got the foul a moment ago. Got a 2-point shot. Now it's stolen. And looks like actually a nice little volleyball action, but it did go into Roswell's hands once again. And there will be a foul. No, it'd be timeout Roswell, which is a good call. Minute 21 remaining, 67-59, 8-point lead for Roswell. as we're ticking down. Once we get through with this one, the Hobbs Varsity will come out. We'll have a time for the warm-up. 15 to 20 minutes is usually what it is. And then we'll call the action. Meanwhile, we might as well go ahead and thank all the sponsors while we still can. First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, The Coffee House, Devon Energy, TDS, Thriftway, NMR Pipeline, The Model, Ampersand Media and Design, along with Divine Energy Services and Hydrotech Services. Thank you all very much for your support. Be back in just a moment to continue our coverage of the JV game, and then, of course, following that, will be the varsity game with your Hobbs Eagles versus the Roswell Coyotes. .56 seconds remaining in this game. Timeout Hobbs, 67-59. That is the score for the JV game. And we are just about to wrap this one up. Looks like Hobbs is trying to get back into it, just are not able to get any scores. The last couple of possessions have been back and forth. Neither one of the teams really shooting well in the second half, but Hobbs actually did get back. It was a third quarter score of 57-40. Roswell was up by 17. Again, they're down only by 8. Time is a factor. It is not on the Hobbs side, so they need to score quickly and be able to stop Roswell from scoring anymore if they want a chance to win this game. Be back in this moment with more action and let you know once again what's going on with the varsity game, as well as when it's going to be on Cool 95.7. Jason Jones with a miss there for Hobbs. 33.8 seconds remaining now, as it looks like it's going to go to the other end. Roswell is going to be shooting 2, as that is the 4th foul on Seamus Wright. So it doesn't look like we're going to see too much action from Seamus tonight in the varsity game, but you never know. First one is good. 9-point game now, 68-59. 33.8 remaining, as on the line is Noah Regalado. We'll go with that. .23 seconds remaining. That was a 3-point attempt by Criswell. Missed. Apparently knocked out of bounds by Roswell, as Criswell will be inbounding for Hobbs. So there's a timeout on the floor. So we're going to continue coverage with the JV game, and following that will be your Hobbs Eagles. Be back in a moment. We will go ahead and convey a final for you for the girls, Tatum girls, that is, as they, it was a slobber knocker over Loving Falcons, the Lady Falcons. It was a score of 57-4 at halftime. That meant it went to mercy rule. And the final score was 60-17. Once again, Tatum Lady Coyotes all over and winning that one with ease against the Loving Lady Falcons. Continuing action of the JV, 20.4 seconds remaining. We'll tell you about what's going on next as to when the Hobbs Varsity team is going to be hitting the floor and when the game is going to start. Be back in a moment. Which looks like the Roswell is going to dribble out the ball, shoots, but no good for a three-point attempt. And the final, 59 for Hobbs, 68 for Roswell, as they are victorious in this JV contest. Coming back in a moment to let you know when we're going to be starting varsity. By the way, let's see, one of the leading scorers for the Hobbs JV, looks like that was going to be, with 13 points, Justice French. We'll be back in just a moment to let you know what's going on. Once again, final score, Roswell 68, Hobbs 59. That's the JV game coming up in a moment with the varsity.
Welcome everyone to Tasker Arena. Time for Hobbs Eagle basketball. Live on the radio, Cool 95.7 on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page. Ty friend Ron Gunner with you tonight. Evie Stuber back at the station. Apologize for the grovelly voice, the frog on the radio tonight, Ron, but pretty important game for the Hobbs Eagles here at Tasker, taking on Roswell. Second time this season. Coyotes beat them by 12 up there in Roswell. Hobbs kind of rubbing their wounds a little bit after that game, but came back and beat Clovis by a point, which was an upset. Clovis was ranked 9th in the state at the time, still in the top 10. But then this past Friday, Eagles losing a heartbreaker to Carlsbad by 1.
Right.
A game they probably could have won late in that contest, but it didn't work out for them. So this is the second half of the district schedule. A lot of people think that they need to win 3 games to have themselves in a good position. That's either for the regular season crown, but also get them a good seed in the district tournament.
Now what's going to happen is, of course, we're going to need some help on that as well. You got to have certain things going on, but Hobbs definitely needs to win this one first, win the second 2 after that. And the one thing that they do not need to do is they need to limit their turnovers, because 29 against this Roswell team in Roswell did pretty much put them away as far as the game. They could not win because of that. And then Carlsbad, they were in Carlsbad, same thing or similar thing happened. A couple of turnovers at the end of the game or near the end of the game cost Hobbs that victory as well. They looked like with the last minute going, Hobbs had something strong that they could prove that they could win against a couple of good teams. They already did it against Clovis, almost did it against Carlsbad, but almost does not count. So they need to come in here strong and be able to take over like Roswell did last time when they played them in Roswell. They need to play aggressively strong and be able to get those shots in.
And again, that loss on Friday was a 4-game losing streak for the Hobbs Eagles. They were swept last year and then add that game there. So that's going to be a big matchup next week to finish up the district schedule. But that Carlsbad loss just by 1 point. Hobbs only shooting 38% from the field in that one, and only got 6 free throw attempts in that game. They were 4 of 6 for 66%. Eagles managed 5 3-pointers, 3 of those from Braylon Vega. So all his 9 points coming at the 3-point arc. And Malachi David finished with 9 points as well. And that's 7 of those in the third quarter. So those 2 guys stepped up. Nobody got in double digits in that game, but kind of one of those crunching type games. We knew Carlsbad likes to keep the score low. Been averaging in the 50s this season in terms of their offensive production. But in fact, the Eagles actually up in that game, 18-11 at the half, and unfortunately getting outscored in the second half. And Carlsbad putting that game in the W column and keeping them alive for a possible regular season crown too.
Exactly, and Hobbs still in it no matter what anybody says. In fact, they're ranked higher than Roswell, but the rankings just came out yesterday. So, you know, again, it really, you break it down to rankings and everything, it doesn't really matter what they do, what they say. Yeah, Hobbs at 19, Roswell at 20. It's amazing how it works sometimes. But Hobbs definitely needs that victory, even though they are ranked higher, just because they need that extra victory. Can't really get in with a under 500, and that's exactly what Hobbs is going to try to do, simply because they're 1 under 500 if they get the rest of the wins, actually 2 under, because it's going to be working out as far as the district tournament. So yeah, Hobbs needs this victory. They need to continue getting the victories to be able to get a chance to get into the playoffs.
I think some key differences in terms of stats that are looking better for other teams in the district. One of those is free throws. So far through 3 games in the district schedule, their opponents have shot 54 free throw attempts and only made 55%, so not excellent shooting numbers, but remember that number, 54 attempts. Hobbs has only had 28 attempts, so 26 less free throw attempts than their three opponents this season in the regular district. So, again, Hobbs shooting better, though, 71% from the line than their opponents have been up to this point. But they need to get more opportunities on the line. That talks about penetration, taking it to the rack, going up strong, and try to get those foul calls. The other category that they're not doing hot in is the turnovers. Hobbs has had 48 turnovers in 3 games. That's a 16 average. Only 27 for their 3 opponents in district, which is a 9 average. So you can see right there, that's about 7 more turnovers a ball game. And we saw that at Roswell. You already mentioned the 29 the Eagles had. Those have been killers for the Eagles, and those 2 late in the game in the fourth quarter Friday night definitely turned it into the favor of Carlsbad. Although Hobbs did have some runs in that game to excel throughout the contest. A close game throughout, no question about that. But killer turnovers in the wrong spots at the wrong times could end up being an L for you. They got beat by that several times this season.
And hopefully Hobbs has watched that Roswell-Clovis game from the other day, because Clovis came out, was a little weak at first, but they went ahead and got the victory. It was a close one, 53-47, but Roswell was unable to get that road game, and maybe they'll do the same thing here too. It's been a little while since they've been on the road. In fact, they've had as many road games as Hobbs has had home games, so that might be a counterproductive thing for Roswell as far as being able to get the win. Hopefully Hobbs will be able to come out, like I said, be strong, be confident, because you got to be ready for this. You know, if you're wanting to win, you got to be able to score. You got to be able to play defense. Everything that fundamental that you know about, you played throughout this season. You played a couple of great teams and were able to win. This one is a lesser team. You should be able to roll right over them. But, you know, sometimes mentality gets the better of you.
I don't know if they're lesser. I would say that they're a scrappy team, and
yeah, they are.
You can't look the other way with Roswell. Top scorer in that Clovis game was for Roswell. Stephen McCaskill had 18 points. His free throw shooting was abysmal, though. He was 5 of 11 and went 1 and 6 in the free throws in the fourth quarter of that ball game. He definitely had some issues in the contest on the line. Also scoring for them was the Cloud kid. He had 10 points. So they had 2 in double figures against Clovis, despite losing by 6. But they held Clovis to only 1 double-digit score. Marvin Cox finished with 21 in that game, so that's a feather in their caps defensively. One thing about Roswell is they will have some turnovers, but they are scrappy on defense too, so they're going to cause some turnovers. And we go back to the 29 the Eagles had. I don't want to keep beating a dead horse there, but that has been an issue. But in that game, 23 turnovers for Clovis. Roswell really playing some tight defense, causing them to cough it up quite a bit. Both teams are kind of messy in that first few minutes of the game. In fact, halfway through the quarter, Clovis and Roswell both had 5 turnovers apiece. We've been seeing kind of sloppy ball throughout this district so far. There's no team averaging more than 59 points a game, and that's Clovis right now at 59.6. The lowest Carlsbad at 46. Hobbs with 54 and Roswell with 57. So Roswell averaging a little bit more point production than the Eagles. Roswell only giving up 54 points a game to their 3 district opponents. Hobbs giving up 58. So they've got the Eagles beat on offense and defense, at least numbers on paper. But here at Tasker Arena, you got the 6th man to help you out too to get them fired up.
Exactly, and you know that's what we're hoping for, is to have a strong showing from the 6th man. We notice that when they get together and get loud and get strong, Hobbs becomes a little stronger than they normally are, and they are doing things that they should do, but they really fly high. So we're expecting to see the 6th man to come out as well. Plenty of time to come, by the way. There's plenty of seats here. I know they're going to fill up pretty soon. Hobbs always gets here a little late, but still, you know what? I expect to see Hobbs come out here strong, just like they did against Clovis, come out, grab the lead, and be able to hold on to it, and hopefully it will work out for them. Last
time the two teams played, it was Roswell 67, your Eagles 55. Abraham Pena had 16 points in that game, dumped in 2 3-pointers. And Jairus Turbiatis finished up with 14 points and 6 rebounds. So those two combined for 30 of the Hobbs Eagles 55 points, more than half of the point production. Also had some great work coming off the bench from Amron Wheeler. Of course, one of the JV players, a youngster, stepped in. He had 9 points and 6 rebounds. He definitely showed something for the Eagles' cause. 31 rebounds in that game for the Eagles. Parker Henderson stepping up for 11 glass boards there. Turbiatis was second with 6. For the Roswell Coyotes, they had 3 in double figures in that game. Rylan Saraceno with 18 points, 2 rebounds. He had a 3-pointer to his name. Also getting 11, Stephen McCaskill. He had 8 rebounds as well. He had a 3-pointer and was almost perfect from the line at 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. And then there was Jacob Palomino with 11 points and 5 rebounds. So, again, 12-point win for the Roswell Coyotes. That one was a close game until the fourth quarter. We'll be getting ready for the announcements here at Tasker Arena as your Hobbs Eagles host the Roswell Coyotes. Game 4 of the district schedule coming up next on the Hobbs Eagle Network in 90 seconds. Back live here at Task Arena, just in time for the Hobbs Eagle fight song. As we just got done with the national anthem here, Hobbs Eagles taking on the Roswell Coyotes for this game tonight. As your Hobbs Eagles trying to get their second win in district as they come in at 1-2. Right now, Roswell tied for first with Clovis at 2-1. The Eagles are 9-13 overall as we speak. Actually, 9-14, I should say. And for the Roswell Coyotes, they're sitting at 13-10, above 500. Ron, we should mention there's a couple of quarters that are key for Hobbs in this contest. First of all, the second quarter, they've outscored their three district opponents 38-22 in that second. So they did a great job, 16 points difference between them and the other three teams. But flip the coin over to the fourth quarter, that's when their opponents have taken over, 56-33, a 23-point differential. So second quarter in the Eagles' pocket, fourth quarter in their opponent's pocket. But the fourth quarter tends to be the most important one when you go down to the wire.
Yeah, you know, you can try all you want to, but even when you're leading in the second quarter, you cannot win the game till the fourth quarter. And the fourth quarter also means something, too. So you're right. Hobbs needs to play 4 quarters, at the very least 3 quarters, with the fourth quarter being the most important one of all, and be able to maintain that lead and be able to walk away with the victory. However, you know, Hobbs has been getting a little anxious. I was hoping that after that Clovis game, they won it with the last second. They were able to get that victory. Could not do that, though, with Carlsbad. Hopefully that won't happen in this case, but if it does, it will be a big boost either way for Hobbs, but they do need that victory.
Close rebounding in the district, too. Hobbs with 84 boards, their three opponents 86, only 2 difference there. Hobbs giving up 2 more boards than their opponents. Already mentioned the turnovers definitely in the pocket of the opponents right now with only 27-48 for the Eagles. Hobbs has 162 points in 3 games, 174 for their opponents, which is 12 more up to this point in time. Through 3 games in the district, Abraham Pena averaging 13.3 points. He's 7 of 9 for the charity stripe. That is about 4 points lower than his season average. Also, Braylon Vega averaging 10.3 points, very close to his season average. He has 2 for 2 from the charity stripe. Other scores for the Eagles, Turbiatis is averaging 7.3 points a game in district, which is close to his average. Parker Henderson better than his average at 5.2 on the season. He's averaging 7 in the 3 district games. And also Malachi David averaging 7.5 points. He's only played in 2 of the 3 district games. In fact, Malachi David did not play against Roswell in that first game in Roswell. So that's a great addition to have on the team. Eagles going big again tonight, just like against Carlsbad. Malachi David, Jairus Turbiatis, and Parker Henderson in the post.
And we'll see how they can play. We're hoping that they'll post more. I'm also wanting to see a little bit more drives to the lane. That would be great, too. Not only the fact it would increase the scoring, but it also increases the chances of getting some fouls. Like to see Hobbs cut back on the foul line, or at least the free throw shots. They only have about 14 a game attempts, and so that is not enough, especially the last couple of games. They have not had very many tries at the charity stripe.
Your starters tonight for your Eagles, Braylon Vega. He is the 3-point shooter leader at this point in time. He's got 41 to lead the team, averaging 10.7 points a game. Abraham Payne was the leading scorer at 17.2 a contest. Also starting tonight, Jairus Turbiatis. He's averaging 7.6 points a game and close to 7 rebounds a contest. Malachi David, he comes in averaging 5.2 points a game, 3.4 rebounds a game. And Parker Henderson, he's averaging 5.1 points a contest and 6.5 rebounds a game for your Eagles. Roswell Coyotes, Zy Carrasco, Stephen McCaskill, Jacob Palomino, Josh Martinez, and Rylan Saraceno, the starters for Coach Dude Barola. And of course, he does not have one of his sons on the team. He's graduated all 3 of them. And that's been kind of a mainstay for Roswell basketball the last several years. Again, Roswell tied for first in district with Clovis at 2-1. Hobbs and Carlsbad sitting at 1-2. So a critical game here. Hobbs has already picked off Clovis once. It'd be nice to get a win against this red and black team right now of Roswell.
Exactly would, and it would definitely lift their spirits and be able to get them closer to getting a winning season for the district and maybe even possibly a good spot in the playoffs.
As we get ready to go, Hobbs wearing their white uniforms, black numbers. Parker Henderson trying to tip up against Stephen McCaskill. McCaskill gets the tip into the backcourt and then gets the ball back as he dribbles across the timeline. Sends it up top of the circle to Saraceno, to the right elbow. Back over to right wing to McCaskill, firing up a 3 off the back of the rim, over the top of the backboard. Should have been out of bounds there, and they're giving it to Roswell. The ball went over the back of the backboard, and should have been out of bounds, but they're going to go ahead and give that to Roswell.
Not seen. Instead, it was seen in the hands of Hobbs when he went out of bounds.
Inbound to the right wing, driving with the dribble to the lane is Saraceno. Leans and shoots to the left side. Air ball put down by Martinez. Flicks it back on the right side glass. It's off the back of the iron. And coming up with it on the right block is Vega for his first board. Outlet to the near sideline. Pena, cross court left to Vega. Throws it across to Turbiatis. Nice big pivot there to get it back over to Pena on the right side. Back deep to Vega at the timeline. Dribbles to the right, hands it off to Pena outside the perimeter. Puts his head down for a second, uses up the dribble. Goes to Henderson, top of the circle, hands it back to Pena up top. Over to Vega, left corner. Rainbow three off the back of the rim. Chased down to the right corner by Malachi David. He'll hold on to it for a second. Flings it back to the left side. Here comes Vega driving left baseline. Jump shot from the left block. Air ball. And gets knocked out of bounds on the right baseline. Looks like it might have been touched by Roswell as Malachi David was battling up on the baseline with Josh Martinez. It will be Hobbs' ball. 0-0 still. Eagle basketball underneath their hoop. Bounce pass back door. Payne with the lefty left. Slams it hard off the glass and puts it through for the first bucket of the ball game. 2-0 Eagles. 6:50 left first quarter. Pass to half court brought across by Saraceno. Goes to the rack, rejected by Parker Henderson on the layup. Rebound for the Eagles. Coming across the timeline is Vega. Dribbles up the far left sideline. They're going to say he stepped on that sideline left. And that's the first Eagle turnover. They got to cut back on those in this game, especially unforced errors, Ron.
Yeah, definitely, because that was a very close call. It could have been going to the right. Instead, he went to the left, just stepped out of bounds, and just didn't know where he was at.
Roswell bring it across the timeline in the hands of McCaskill. Gets it back to the time stripe to Palomino near the scores table on the right side. One hand bounce pass to McCaskill, right wing. Up top with the dribble. Sliding right to left. Spins at the free throw line. Bounce it left side to Carrasco. To the free throw line. No look pass. Right wing to Saraceno. His three is on the way and swishes it. They call the foul. A push in the chest, it looks like. Saraceno drops the tray through the net. And the foul on the Eagles is going to be charged to Abraham Pena, his first team foul. A 3-2 lead now for Roswell after the Saraceno tray.
Yeah, it could be a 4-point play. Could pretty easy. A nice way to get it. However, unfortunately for Hobbs, did not want to see that happening.
So free throw attempt here for Saraceno. Shot is bouncing around the rim and good. He's got 4 points. All for the Roswell scoring so far. Again, they beat the Eagles by 12 last time they played in Roswell. Pass up to Payne. He comes across the timeline, takes it all the way to the rack from half court off the dribble. Roswell defense caught sleeping. He's got 4. 4-4 your score. Into the front court quickly. McCaskill on the left wing. Decides not to go to the rack with it. Returns deep to Palomino. Top of the circle now. Eagles expanding their zone a little bit. 2-1-2. Handoff up top to McCaskill. Knocks Turbiatis away from it. The free throw line. Throws it back door. And trying to go up strong was Palomino through 2 defenders on the right block. He weaved his way through him, but they called the body foul on one of those 2 that sandwiched him. They'll charge that one to
Malachi David.
Yeah, Malachi David will pick up his second team foul against the Eagles. They're going to also call that a shooting foul. It looked like he just kind of tipped his head down to the court and kind of reared up at the last second. So Palomino will get a chance to shoot some free throws here. Roswell just 13 of 23 for 56% up in Roswell. Still got a 12-point victory as the first free throw is a swish. And one more coming now for Palomino.
Another thing we don't want to see right now is a foul count of 2-0. Hobbs has the lead on that one. We don't want to see more fouls in this quarter if we can help it.
Second shot good for Palomino. Kind of leaned into that one. 6-4. Roswell by 2. 5:53 left first quarter. Inbound to Henderson near sideline right. Back deep to Vega. One hands it down court. There's Malachi David. Does a little head fake. Goes up strong and dumps it off the left glass for the bucket. Good job with the head fake to get the defender to move over the top of him. Malachi David's first bucket. We're tied at 6. Down to the other end we go. McCaskill right corner. Tries a wraparound pass down low. Posting up Palomino. Knocks it off his leg out of bounds, though. It'll be a turnover for Roswell. So still tied 6-6. Both teams have coughed up the ball once apiece. 5:34 remaining opening quarter. Looks like already a sub, and looks like Malachi David is going to the training room. Leaving the court right now with the training staff, and it's sub coming in early for the Eagles. And that is Aaron Wheeler getting his first action. Pass to Turbiatis coming down the lane. Back door to Wheeler coming off the bench quickly. The youngster from the JV scores. Great way to get things going for him. 8-6 Eagles. Into the front court at the timeline. Holding on to it is Palomino. Dribbles right. Bounce it over to right wing to McCaskill. McCaskill swings it up top off the dribble. Stop and go. Stop and shot from the right elbow. Off the back of the rim on the fade. Rebound by Henderson, middle of the paint. Henderson with his first board, outlet to the timeline, bringing it across is Pena. He's going to slow up the offense with 5 minutes. Finds Vega on the left wing. Eagles by 2. Up top to Wheeler. Pivots, looking left, flicks it back over to Pena. Fakes it 3 with a jab step against McCaskill. Backs away from him on the dribble near the timeline. Sends it down the lane to Henderson. Tries to scoop it up in the air and gets it knocked out of his hands from behind. Try to get the ref to bite on a foul call there on Palomino, but not going to take it. It will be Hobbs' ball, though, on the right baseline.
Well, at least it's not a turnover, and that's what we were hoping for. At least Hobbs still has a chance.
8-6, Eagles by 2. Vega throw it high into Henderson on the right block. Fumbles the basketball as it's taken away by Ryland Saraceno. Second Eagle turnover. That's an unforced error. Throws into the front court to Carrasco. Fadeaway 3 in the right corner. It's an air ball over the left rim. Rolls out to the baseline, but they're going to say Wheeler touched it last. It will be Roswell ball. Still a 2-point Eagle lead. Running to the baseline will be Carrasco to inbound. Bounces into the left block to McCaskill. Getting a hand on it was Henderson. McCaskill chases it in the left corner. Slows down his dribble on the near sideline. Stop and go to the free throw line. Fadeaway jumper off the back of the rim. Tipped around, pulled down by Vega on the right block. Vega's third rebound already. He'll come into the front court off the transition dribble. Kicks it up top to Pena. Over to Turbiatis in the left corner. Backs into his defender. Gives to Pena left wing. Screen from Turbiatis. He'll keep outside the circle and back it out to the scorer's table left. Screen up top from Henderson. Drives the lane. Scoop shot high over the left rim. No good. Put back up by Wheeler. Can't get it to drop. Ball bounced around the rim and pulled up by Pena on the left side and scores. Pena's got 6 points and a rebound. Wheeler gets a board on that play as well. 10-6, Hobbs with their biggest lead now, 4 over Roswell.
Third time's a charm on that one.
Crossover move for Palomino in the front court to the free throw line. No look pass left corner to Saraceno's 3 off the back of the rim. Another Vega rebound on that right block. He's got 4. Over to Pena on the far left sideline in the front court off the dribble. One hands it, cross court right to Vega. Screen from Turbiatis on the right wing. Drives the baseline. Give back to Henderson. Threw it short. Ball's ripped out of his hands, taken by McCaskill, and Henderson gives him a hip check from behind. One of the officials has to run over to slow him down a bit here. They'll call the foul on Henderson. No reason for him to throw that blow after the foul had been called, though.
I think it was just basically him adjusting the ball, but in the end, basically, what Hobbs needs to do is try to figure out a way to get Henderson the ball without being short and also causing him to foul.
He's got to come more towards the pass instead of backing away from it because they're reading it every time. 10-6, Hobbs still by 4. That was their second turnover. In the backcourt, dribbling through his legs, Palomino comes across against a new sub for the Eagles, Josiah Clay. Bounce pass left wing, fakes the 3, Saraceno dumps it in the paint. Kicked out to the right corner, Carrasco. Up top to Palomino, fumbled it. Unloads to McCaskill, left wing, down to the left corner to Saraceno. His 3 on the way and good right through the net. Second tray for Saraceno. He's got 7 to lead the Coyotes. But Hobbs still by 1. 2:57 left here in the first. Clay gets a double team in the backcourt. One hands it across the timeline to Turbiatis. Hits his foot near the scores table on the left sideline, but also hits Carrasco too. It gets kicked out by the red and black. Eagle basketball. Coach Reeves and Coach Ross go to the bench and bring in Hernandez, seeing his first action of the game. Javen Hernandez trying to get his first scoring of the district schedule so far in his 4th game appearance. Inbound to Pena now, sliding left to right on the dribble with 2:46 left opening quarter. To Clay at the timeline, back to Pena right wing against a 2-3 zone. To Hernandez right corner, drives baseline, jump stop in the block. Tries to post up Henderson, but overthrows him high in the air. Stolen by Saraceno. Turn number 3. He goes to rack hard. High arching layup on the right side and scores. Saraceno now. Big time scoring for him. He's got 9 of the 11 Roswell points. They lead by 1, 11-10. A bad inbound to the half court. Fumbles off Hernandez's leg out of bounds in front of the Taskovich band at the timeline. Eagles now starting to rack up the turnovers at 4.
Yeah, McCaskill had a little bit to do with that. Looked like it may have touched him, but the referees have said no. So it is going to be Roswell ball once again.
4-1 turnover count right now at the detriment of the Hobbs Eagles, who trail 11-10. And that's where leads start to get scratched away, which has just happened here in the first quarter. Roswell basketball. Bounce pass up top to Saraceno at the 3-point line. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Chases it back at the timeline. Nice D by Pena. Pass right wing to McCaskill. Drives the hoop. gets a shot swatted, then also hits McCaskill as he heads to the baseline. Great block there by the big man, Parker Henderson, and Roswell lose the ball on the base.
Yeah, it worked out perfectly. Not only did he get the block, he also got it to go off the back of the player for Roswell, so Hobbs ball.
Inbound to Pena left corner, slings it to half court to Henderson. Up ahead to Wheeler right corner, back door to Clay, fakes a lefty layup, reverse layup on the right side, high in the air and scores. Josiah Clay's on the scoreboard now, 12-11 Hobbs by 1, first quarter. Into the front court, a bounce pass up top to McCaskill. Slides left on the dribble, shakes the head and the hips, gives it off left wing to Carrasco. Lost the ball in the lane, ball loose on the left side of the lane, taken by Wheeler on the steal. That's Roswell's second turnover. Wheeler going to give it back to Clay. Dribbles to the far left sideline with the spin now across the timeline. A double team against him in the front court. Tries to pivot out of it. Reaching from behind was Josh Martinez getting the foul. That'll be his first, just the first team foul on Roswell. Eagles will have it near the timeline.
Yeah, it was a nice double team by Roswell trying to slow Hobbs down, but didn't work out for him, didn't get the ball back. However, Hobbs needed to start getting back. They didn't adjust in time to be able to help him out to get him out of that trouble.
Nick Pena checks in for the Eagles, as well as Lyric Soria. Soria has the basketball against an extended 2-3 zone now, coming out against him. Gives it off to Pena on the right wing, drives the right block, double team, lost the ball as he tried to duck his head, fumbles it out of bounds. The crowd not going to like that one.
Nope.
I think the official might have missed that one. They were yelling and screaming at him. But that will be a Hobbs Eagle turnover. And Ron, here we go again, 5-2 in the turnovers.
I know, we need to slow down those turnovers. We're doing better, but we're not doing great so far.
Inbound of the backcourt to McCaskill, taking on Soria in the front court, drilling behind his back. Unloads to the right corner to Martinez. Returns it right side again to Carrasco. Drives the lane down the middle. Tries to scoop it up and go up strong. I think they're going to call the foul. Coach Ross wants a jump ball. But Carrasco kind of went low on the floor that time. It might have been converged over the top. They called against Wheeler. So Wheeler picks up his first personal. That'll be the 14th foul against the Eagles. So 4 fouls, 4-1 count there, and 5-2 in the turnovers. Not looking good in those two categories.
I know, one more in bonus for Roswell.
The inbound of the right corner. Triple threat position there, but holding on to it was Cloud. Sends it back up top to reset to McCaskill. Crossover move at the free throw line. Head fake. Returns right wing to Cloud. Cloud goes through his legs. Spin move at the right elbow. Bounce it to the right side of the lane to McCaskill. And they're going to say he got pushed to the back. Hernandez got him on a first step that time and tried to reach back and get him, and they call the foul. So Hernandez will pick up his first personal. There is the double bonus. So that'll be 2 shots now for Roswell to try to take the lead. They can make both. Actually, excuse me, they called that on Hernandez. Yeah, they did call that on Hernandez. And it looked like they were going to switch that up a minute there, but they're going to put McCaskill on the line.
Well, let's see if they can shoot as well as they did last time. They were having trouble in the third quarter especially. Maybe all the shots won't drop this time.
Yeah, they had 56% free throw shooting in Roswell. That one kind of bounced around for a second, finally goes through. They're now 3 of 3. McCaskill making 1 and 2 for Palomino. We're tied at 12.
Got a update for you from Roswell. The lead is now 42-13. It is at half, although I think it's in third quarter now, but that's a 29-point lead for the Hobbs Lady Eagles.
Playing the Roswell Coyotes tonight. Lady Eagles 3-0 in district. Second shot for McCaskill, a switch. He got both free throws. Roswell perfect 4 for 4. 1 point Coyote lead, 13-12. 40 seconds left opening quarter. Hernandez slings over to far left side to Soria. Into the front court. Over to Wheeler, wide open left corner. A rainbow 3 off the back of the rim. Tip back up by Hernandez over the front of the rim and scores. His first bucket of the district schedule. First rebound as well in this game. It's 14-13 Eagles. At the other end, hippity hop move coming down the right side of the lane. Shuffle step at the last second for Saraceno and gets the travel. The crowd called that first. Third Roswell turnover. Just got ahead of himself.
Yeah, exactly. Just got a little too happy and had too many people around him. So he decided, you know what, I'm just going to try to get through this and not dribble the ball.
14-13 Eagles with 20 seconds left opening quarter. Hernandez catches the ball at the free throw line, or the half-court line. Goes to the rack with a arching high shot over the front of the rim. Misses, gets his rebound, goes back up and is fouled. Hernandez started to show himself in the paint a little bit more. He's got 2 rebounds and a chance for a couple of free throws to add to that. They get the foul on McCaskill, his first, second team foul.
And we need several of these players to be more aggressive, make some things happen, whether it be shots or be on the free throw line. Either way, Hobbs is doing the right, getting the right direction. They just need to limit those turnovers.
First free throw up and good. Extends the lead to 2. 15-13 here in the first quarter in the waning moments. Hernandez came into the game at 64% on the line. Second shot hard off the back of the rim. And we got a whistle on the baseline. The ball got knocked over there. Trying to see what they're going to call on this one.
Looks like it was out on Roswell, so Hobbs is going to get the ball into the basket with 13 seconds remaining.
Soria to inbound, left base. Up by 2. Bounce it to the left elbow to Wheeler. Throws up a lefty hook off the back of the rim. Misses, and it goes out of bounds. He might have touched it last as well.
Yeah,
Roswell basketball.
Yeah, that's what the ref said.
9.6 left in the opening quarter. 2-point Eagle lead. Inbound comes in to Cloud. Throws it across the timeline to McCaskill at the free throw line. Shot up. No good off the back of the rim. 3 seconds remaining. Rebound by Wheeler over to Hernandez. He tries to throw it up to half court, but the buzzer sounds. That's the end of the first quarter action. Your score, your Hobbs Eagles 15, Roswell 13. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Ready for second quarter action here at Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles leading Roswell 15-13. Ty Friend, Ron Gunner, Evie Stuber with you tonight. Looking at the scoring in the first quarter, Roswell 9 points for Ryland Saraceno on 2 trays. A bucket or 2 free throws apiece for McCaskill and Palomino, both at 2. Your Hobbs Eagles are led by Abraham Pena, 6 points. All 3 2-shot buckets, 2-point buckets. Javen Hernandez coming off the bench for 3, 2 apiece for Clay, Wheeler, and David. Hobbs out rebounding Roswell 11-1 in that first quarter. That is not a typo. 11-1. But Hobbs with 5 turnovers, 3 for Roswell. Vega's going to shoot a 3 to start the second quarter, deep from behind the left perimeter and puts it through the hole. That's the Eagles' first tray of the ball game and Vega's first points. 18-13. The biggest lead is 5 for Hobbs here in the first half of action. Steal by Turbiatis in the front court, diving on the court on the right perimeter, pulling it away from Roswell. That is the 4th Roswell turnover. Sends it ahead to Soria on the right wing front court. Cross court left to Pena. NBA 3 on the way, an air ball. You don't see that very often as it rolls out of bounds on the right baseline.
Had all the opportunities, just did not get his feet underneath him apparently, and missed wide, or missed badly anyway.
In the first quarter, free throw wise, Roswell 5 of 5. The Hobbs Eagles at 1 of 2. We mentioned the pregame show. Eagles really been outshot on the line this season. They've had 28 free throw attempts against their opponents in district, 54 for the 3 opponents. 26 difference in terms of actual shot attempts. Ball up top for Roswell, the top of the arc. That's Palomino, tries to drive it to the middle of the paint. Gets a body thrown at him by the Eagles defense and a foul called. Should be a baseline entry here. That will be the first foul of the second quarter. Hobbs had 5 in the first as they charge that one to Jairus Turbiatis, his first.
And as you know, the aggressive teams get the foul calls.
Inbound to the right wing, that's Cloud. Fadeaway jumper from the right block, hits off the back of the rim, no good. Chased down by Jairus Turbiatis on the right block. That's his first rebound. Gives it off to Soria. Almost ran head on into him that time. Soria dribbles across the time stripe. One hands it down to Vega, right corner. Fakes a 3. Hippity hop down the lane. Fade away from the right block over the back of the rim. No good. Rebound for the Roswell Coyotes. Pulled down by Cloud. Cloud will take it to the right side of the lane at the other end off the dribble. They got another push foul on the Eagles, starting to mount up there a little bit now on the foul totals. That's Braylon Vega with his first personal, second team foul, a 2-0 foul count. Right now, the Eagles with 7 total fouls in the game, 2 for Roswell.
And that's a shame because Cloud was a little out of sorts. He was reckless, could have gotten a call, but instead it went the other way.
He was the second leading scorer with 10 points against Clovis last Friday. He gets the inbound, comes down the lane, lefty reverse, off the back of the glass, no good. Pulled down in the paint by Jazz Turbiatis, his second in a row on the rebound. Throws it ahead to Soria, to the top of the arc to Pena. Holds on to the ball, returns to Soria on the left wing. Crossover move. Defender got stepped up right into his lane there, coming down the paint, and Carrasco's the man to get the blocked foul. It looked like Soria really hadn't committed to going hard to the rack that time, but if he would have, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have probably run him over, but still in his way. That's the first on Roswell in the second. 18-13 Eagles, 5:55 remaining. Pass it to Vega, kicks it off his own foot in the backcourt. Roswell slides on it, and a smart timeout call. They could have got him for a travel. Great dive for Carrasco to get on it on his back. Instead of having the travel happen, called the timeout. Right in front of the official, too, which is a very smart move.
Yeah, and if Hobbs would have gone for it, it would have been a backcourt violation simply because it went off his own leg, and there was no way that any Hobbs Eagle could have gotten it without that backcourt violation.
Yeah, Vega was trying to catch a ball on the right wing, and for some reason it hit hard off his leg and just took a big-time roll to the backcourt. I thought Roswell was going to touch it before it hit the half-court line, but it still rolled, and that's when Carrasco decided to take off and go after it. Slid on his back, kind of like a slip and slide there. Got his hand on top of the basketball somehow. Knew the referee was standing right near him. Knew if he kept moving, they're going to call the travel. So he did make a great decision on that one.
Exactly. That was a great basketball decision for a kid that is still learning or still growing through this game.
Right now, your Eagles up by 5. We mentioned the top scorers, and that's Abraham Pena with his 6 points. Jamin Hernandez doing a good job coming off the bench. He's got 3. His first points here in the district. 9 for Ryland Saraceno. I'm sure Coach Ross and Reeves discussed him during the quarter break. The inbound to the right corner for Roswell to Carrasco. Sends it up top to Cloud. To the left corner, 3 on the way for Saraceno. Air ball. Vega underneath the hoop just waiting for it. That's his 5th rebound. Goes it ahead to Turbiatis, going up strong on the left side glass. Double clutch counted and a foul. Turbiatis now with his first bucket. Chance for a 3-point play. That means for the Eagles now, they have had 7 scorers here in the first half as they get the foul on Manny Fuentes, who had just checked in, his first personal, second team foul, as Turbiatis gets a chance on the line.
That's another player I wanted to see driving the lane, be able to draw those fouls as well. Did both, got the basket and possibly the one, and there it is.
Turbiatis sends it through the cylinder on the free throw. He came in shooting 57% from the charity stripe. That'll help his numbers. He's got 3 now. 21-13 your score. Eagles with their biggest lead of 8. Across the timeline to the right wing is Carrasco. Cross court left on the pass to Palomino. Drives the lane, a runner shot with his right hand off the back of the rim. Chased down by Soria on the right baseline. He has to save it. Throws it off the legs of Palomino, and they're going to give it back to the Eagles.
Yes, they are, and that was a smart move, too. Not sure who's going to be inbounding. It looks like they finally figured it out. But, yeah, Hobbs played great on that one. Retains possession and can make it a bigger lead.
Inbound to Henderson near right sideline. Throws it up same side to Pena. In the front court. Stop and go. Goes baseline. High arching shot with 2 hands. Clinks off the rim. Rebound pulled down by Roswell. Looks like they get the body foul on Turbiatis on the rebound. Zai Carrasco comes down with it for his first board. And that'll be on Henderson, his second foul. 3rd team foul. Just not in the right position that time. And
actually, it's on Turbiatis.
Whoa, that's kind of questionable. Looked like Henderson was the man that bodied him up there, but that will be for Turbiatis his second instead of 2 for Henderson. Still 3 team fouls for the Eagles. Roswell in the front court. Manny Fuentes dribbles right, unloads to Martinez. Kick it up top to Cloud to the left corner. Wide open is Fuentes. There's a whistle before the 3-point shot attempt. They're going to call the screen foul on Carrasco. He's trying to get Martinez open for a drive to the baseline left side. Instead plows into Henderson.
Yeah, didn't really need that one. He already had a 3-pointer coming out from the edge.
So that'll be the 3rd team foul on Roswell, so their 5th turnover. At the other end, they get it down to Vega. Reverse layup on the right side, lays it in for 2. He's got all 5 of his points in the second. 23-13, but a 3 at the other end. Shot for the right corner and good for Saraceno. He can't be stopped so far. 3 trays and 12 points for Saraceno. 23-16. Long ball on the other end. Turbiatis the spin move. Throws up a shot over the back of the rim. He tries to save it, but it hits the baseline out of bounds. But Turbiatis really putting his body on the line. He went face first for the ball and ended up flat on the ground on his stomach.
So far, Hobbs showing more energy than Roswell is. They're being able to catch the Roswell defense off guard and getting some easy shots and definitely making it worthy.
Coming across the timeline is Cloud against Turbiatis. Bounce pass right wing to Fuentes. Returns it back to Cloud. Dribbles right to the far sideline. Cross court left on the pass to Saraceno. Touch it down to the left corner to McCaskill. He tries to go to the rack, and another screen foul coming. This time, no, actually it was McCaskill. He ran into the defender that time, using his body too much on the dribble. That's his second personal. 14th foul, and the back-to-back turnover make it number 6 for Roswell.
Yep.
4:08 remaining, but a steal on the inbound. Going up strong with it off the left glass is Jacob Palomino for 4 total points. That is the Eagles' 6th turnover. Coach Ross steps up and calls a timeout. 4:03 remaining, second quarter. Hobbs 23, Roswell 18. We're back at 30 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network. Back live here at Tasker Arena. Your Hobbs Eagles lead Roswell 23-18. It seems like kind of a topsy-turvy district this year. Hobbs beating Clovis in an upset. Hobbs coming back, losing to Carlsbad, but now they've got a 5-point lead on a team that's got a 2-1 record in the district.
Now, all you can say is this: it is anybody's game right now, and it's definitely unpredictable.
Vega gets the inbound, comes up the near right sideline, gets his pass tipped, stolen away at the time stripe by Cloud for the 7th turnover. Throws it down to the left block, a lean shot for McCaskill. Late whistle on the play, they call the foul. Ball came off the back of the rim. He did end up on his back, and Pena having a few words for him, and saying he got bailed out by the ref or something, I guess. That will be the 14th foul on the Eagles. Waiting to see if they're going to call that against. That might have been Pena, but they don't even have Pena's number up on the board right now, so I don't know how they can give him a foul. At least I guess in the books they can do that. So Pena picks up his second. That will put McCaskill on the line. They are 5 of 5 from the stripe so far, and a miss for McCaskill, and he's now 2 of 3, his first miss of the ball game. So remaining 5-point lead for the Eagles, 23-18 with 3:51 left in the second.
So we're hoping that Roswell have the Achilles heel of the charity stripe, unable to make any. Maybe this time around get another miss, and Hobbs will get a rebound.
Their first miss of the second quarter. Second shot's a swish for McCaskill. He's got 3 total. 23-19, Hobbs still by 4. Quick inbound to Pena, deep left corner. Throws it up to Soria. Stop and go dribble now in the front court. Left wing, double team. Returns back to the timeline to Pena. Crossover, leaps in the air. Back to Soria, left corner. Fires a 3. In and out, no good. Pulled down by Henderson, goes up 2 hands, no good. And one with another hand, and not again. Misses a second time on the push shot over the rim. He just cannot get it to drop. He has 3 rebounds, but no points yet. Driving to the other end, throwing up a shot on the run from the right side. Saraceno. And then it was up off the front of the iron. Pushing it over the top was Palomino getting fouled. Ball came off the iron. Get kind of sloppy on the tips at both ends.
They are, and unfortunately, though, it is going more for the Roswell Coyotes, especially with that one since they got into bonus with 3:24 remaining in this second quarter. And Hobbs also needs to get back in there, too. Be more aggressive, get back into it, get those rebounds. But, that's what we always say.
5 of 6 from the line right now. The Coyotes, the free throw shot bouncing around for 10 minutes up there. No good for Palomino. He's now 2 of 3, his first miss. Kind of a trend that he saw with McCaskill right before him.
Yeah, that was an unshooter's touch. It looked like it was 2 different times it was going to drop in, but instead it just kind of bounced out and then bounced out again completely.
Should say 6 of 8 on the line for Roswell. And make it 7 of 9 as Palomino gets the second of the free throws. He's got 5 points. Saraceno still leads with 12 for the Coyotes, and your Eagles with Pena with 6, but he hasn't scored yet here in the second. Although Braylon Vega has hit a couple of buckets for 5 total. 23-20 Hobbs, 3:20 left second quarter. Nick Pena back in the game. Stop and go dribble, coming across is Clay. Over to Wheeler left corner, cross court right to Soria, fakes a 3, drives to 15, throws up a shot off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound on the right block for Palomino and the Coyotes. Into the front court, tries to drive hard to the far right sideline, tries to throw a pass, deflected, and then hits Palomino after the deflection of Clay that time out of bounds. That will be Hobbs basketball on the 7th Roswell turnover.
Yeah, Josiah Clay making a difference on that one. In fact, ended up getting the turnover for Roswell.
Eagle basketball. leading by 3. Soria in the front court, screen right from Turbiatis. Over to Wheeler on the left wing, posting up Turbiatis, who tips it out to left corner to Clay. Clay guarded closely by Saraceno. Returns back to Soria, fakes a pass, drives the lane, kick it left baseline to Wheeler. His 15-footer, nothing but net. Puts it right through the rack that time. Wheeler with 4. 25-20, Eagles by 5. In the front court, stop and go from McCaskill. Puts on the brakes on the right block and the pivot. Bounce pass right wing to Saraceno. Fakes it 3 and backs it out. Didn't like the looks of Wheeler's defense. Crossover move, comes down the lane. Cradle tries a reverse layup on the right side. Rejected by Turbiatis and picked up for the Eagles by Clay on his first board. Into the front court, 3-on-3. Over to Soria, left baseline. A runner shot on the way to the rack. A 10-footer through the hole. Big time hit for Soria. That's his first bucket of the game. 27-20, Eagles by 7. 2:08 left, second quarter. Into the front court comes Cloud. Unloads to the right wing to McCaskill. He'll just hold on to it. Throws it up top to Martinez. Puts his head down. Lefty dribble. Over to Cloud in the left corner. Goes baseline on the hippity hop. Bounces into Soria. Lost it out of bounds. Soria got a piece of it with his leg. And it'll go out for the Coyotes.
Yeah, that was a generous one, too. Looked like it was on the other side of the ball. But either way, Roswell retains.
McCaskill inbound on the left baseline for the Coyotes underneath their hoop. Bounces it into Saraceno left corner. Tries to drive around Nick Pena, who got his knee into him and fell down. So a foul on Pena. That'll be his first. 15 fouls. So Roswell's been in the double bonus now in both quarters. As stepping up to the stripe will be Rylan Saraceno. He is 1 for 1 on the line.
Yeah, Hobbs one away from the bonus, but still about minute 54 remaining. They really need to get into this and slow down on the fouls against Roswell.
They're 7 of 9 from the stripe on the make there by Saraceno. Now 8 of 10, 80%. Saraceno the leading scorer for the Coyotes now with 13. He had 9 of those in the first quarter coming off 2 trays.
So, yeah, Roswell is making the most of those free-point shots and definitely in the game just because of that.
Missed the free throw on the double bounce. Put back up on the left block. A shot put attempt there from McCaskill. Gets it to drop. He's got 5 points and a rebound. 4-point Eagle lead. Pena finds Soria at the timeline, far left. Over to Wheeler, left corner. Goes down low to Turbiatis in the right block. He goes up with a double clutch and scores. And looks like he might have hurt his left leg. Turbiatis now with 5, all coming in the second quarter. 29-23, but he is injured. Into the front court is McCaskill. Slings it down left corner to Carrasco. Goes double clutch on the left block, but he's going up against Turbiatis, who is hobbled, and he's going to have to come off the court. Foul on Turbiatis, unfortunately. Nothing he could do about it, and Coach Ross is going to need a sub in for him, Parker Henderson, quickly as he can. That is the third on Turbiatis, 16th foul, as Henderson will come in here momentarily.
Yeah, Jairus is going to have to wait just a bit longer after this free throw attempt because just simply the rules. But, yeah, he looks like he's got an ankle injury going on, just trying to walk it off, but unable to so far.
Carrasco trying to get himself in the scorebook and misses the first free throw. 0 for 1 on the line. So a bunch of guys have been missing some free throws lately. McCaskill, Palomino, and Saraceno have all missed one here in this second quarter. Now Carrasco added to that list. 29-23. Second shot is up, and it's good. Carrasco with a point now. 5-point Eagle lead. 1:23 left in the half. Pena gets it in to Clay on the right block in the backcourt. 2-1-2. Full court pressure defense on the trap. Slings it over to Pena far left. Comes across with the dribble. Stop and go. Bounce pass to Wheeler left corner. Goes baseline. Down to Soria right corner. Rainbow 3 out the front of the rim. No good. Wheeler rebound. Goes back up on the left block and sends it through the hole. Little sidewinder hook that time for Wheeler. 6 points and 3 rebounds. 31-24 at the other end. A pop-a shot from the free throw line for McCaskill. Clunker off the back of the rim. Rebound Wheeler. His fourth. Unloads to Clay. He'll bring it across the timeline with 50 seconds left. Stop and go dribble behind his back on the right wing. Over to the right side to Pena. Bounce it low to Henderson. Goes up with 2 hands off the glass and scores. Right over the top of Carrasco that time. Henderson with the bucket now. 33-24. The Eagles' biggest lead of the first half now is 9. Down the lane, the hippity hop by Cloud. Lost the ball at the free throw line. Taken away by Cloud. Turnover number 8. Or make that Clay, I should say. He tries to drive hard to the left block, puts his head down and rears up, and a foul on McCaskill. That's going to be McCaskill's third personal, 15 foul on Roswell. Eagles will be in the double bonus the rest of the 24 left here in the second.
Yeah, finally getting into the bonus, but 24 seconds, as you mentioned. You know, Roswell, the Fighting Coyotes, are not making it any easier for themselves in the last couple of minutes. They're making some really poor decisions, but that does help the Eagle cause, and they could get into a 10-point lead or more.
Clay shooting 70% from the season on the stripe, has yet to shoot a free throw and makes his first now. He's got 3 points.
Ice water in his veins, yes.
Eagles 3 of 4 from the line now, 75% from the charity stripe, and have a 10-point lead, the biggest of the game. But looks like Clay would like to make it even better here to 11 with the second free throw. Shot is up, and it is in and out, no good. So 10 the lead for the Eagles. Rebound comes down in the hands of McCaskill, his second. Drives the lane at the other end, right side. Triple team. Dumps it back door at the last second. Laying it up and in from the left is Josh Martinez. His first bucket. Back to an 8-point Eagle lead. 10 seconds left in the half. Surya brings it across the timeline. Sends it to the time stripe. Bring it across is Clay. To the left wing. Fires up an NBA three at the buzzer. And no action. They're going to call the foul. 0.5 left. They will count the basket for Clay. We're going to see if they got the and one here.
Yes, they did.
Clay was 6 points, that a Trey, and the clock will stop at 0.5. So Clay will get a chance to make it a 4-point play. I'm not sure what the conference was by the officials. Definitely the shot was off in time. Clock is stopped at 0.5.
It may have been just to confirm about the clock being at 0.5. Other than that, yeah, you're right, it looked like it was obvious.
So Clay has a chance to put a 12-point lead on the board. Already has the biggest lead at 11. Shots up and good. Make it 12 now. 7 points for Clay, 5 in this second quarter.
Nope.
Roswell just lets it roll, touches it, and will end the half. Your Hobbs Eagles with the biggest lead of the game. 38-26 over Roswell, up by 12. We'll be back in 90 seconds. Make that 3 minutes here at halftime. Your Hobbs Eagles up big here at halftime over Roswell, 38-26. Roswell Coyotes 2-1 in district. The Eagles at 1-2. Max Prep's poll right now has the Eagles at 19 and Roswell at 20. Of course, the Eagles with a 16.1 strength of schedule, only a 7.6 for Roswell. Hobbs playing a lot tougher opponents up to this point. That's not going to help their cause either. If the Eagles come back and beat Roswell, that means they beat both the top two teams in the district, Ron.
Exactly, and definitely, though, like we said before, they're going to need a little help, but first they need to help themselves out, be able to get this victory, and so far they're doing the right way. Just need to clean it up in the second half, get less turnovers, and be able to get a little more foul calls. They've had the foul count against them, so for most of this game, however, they've been able to get the most out of it. Roswell, on the other hand, still struggling on the line, but they have a positive as far as that. They have more hits than they do misses. So Hobbs needs to slow down the fouls against them. They need to get more fouls for them, be able to drive that lane. I'm loving the fact that we have several of our players that are stepping up, being able to do some things. You know, we have basically it's Clay that's doing some good stuff along with Pena, and it is also Tribiates who is making some things happen as well. I'd like to see that happen more in the second half.
Let's look at the point production first for Roswell. In double digits, the only guy so far, Rylan Saraceno. He's got 13 points. 3 3-pointers, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. I think that's a guy that Coach Ross and Coach Reeves are talking about at halftime. You got to make sure you get out on him. Don't let him have a gap to get out to a corner and take a three. You got to be right on top of him, not let him catch that ball to take those shots.
Yeah, and you've definitely got to be aware of everything that's going on around you. You know, we talked about it before. You know, you tend to make mistakes out there. That's fine, but do not do it again. Learn from your mistakes, roll on, and make sure that you do not do it again. And also get some other mistakes that are caused by other players.
Stephen McCaskill has 5 points. He is 3 of 4 from the line, 2 rebounds. Jacob Palomino with 5 points. He's 3 of 4 from the line and 2 rebounds. Josh Martinez hit a bucket for 2 and a board. Zai Carrasco went 1 of 2 from the line with 1 point and 1 rebound. Roswell 9 of 13 for the charity stripe, 69%. But once again, they've shot 7 more free throws than the Hobbs Eagles. That has been a trend throughout the district so far. 8 turnovers for Roswell. They've hit 3 trays in the game, all 3 of those at the hands of Rylan Saraceno. Roswell's been out rebounded from the Eagles 20-7. Hobbs really dominating that first quarter, 11-1, so that can tell you something right there. Look at the Hobbs Eagle numbers. Nobody in double digits yet, but very strong scoring. In fact, Hobbs has had a total of 9 scores in the book so far, so pretty impressive. Leader is Josiah Clay. He's got 7 points coming off the bench, 2 for 3 from the line, and a tray to his name. Aaron Wheeler getting some sub time on the court. He's got 6 points and 4 rebounds. Abraham Pena with 6 points as well with the rebound. Braylon Vega, 5 points, 1 tray, and 5 rebounds. Definitely very consistent on the glass in this game. Javen Hernandez coming off the bench for 3 points, 1 of 2 from the line, and 2 rebounds. And a bunch of guys getting 2 points in the first half. Lyric Soria with the rebound, Malachi David with the rebound, and Parker Henderson 2 points and 3 rebounds. So lots of people getting involved in the offense in this game. In fact, the Eagles' biggest lead in the first half is 12, which is what the difference is right now at 38-26. Hobbs has 1 less turnover than Roswell, 7 compared to 8. They're out rebounding the Coyotes 20-7. And again, that's thanks to 5 boards from Vega, 4 for Wheeler. Eagles are 4 of 6 from the line at 66%. And coincidentally, Ron, they were just 4 of 6 against Carlsbad in the whole game on Friday night.
Yeah, just never got any opportunities. I thought that was one of the downfalls that Hobbs had. Just could not get on the charity stripe. And when they did make them count. However, just wasn't enough to get them past that last minute 2 turnovers. So unfortunately that happened. You know, I know what one of the numbers that they were concentrating on this week, especially this game, 29. They didn't want to get any more turnovers than they did. So far they're doing very well. Very low numbers on the turnovers. If they can clean that up even more, they can extend this lead and be able to assure themselves an easy victory against this Roswell Fighting Coyotes team.
Eagles were up 15-13 at the end of 1, up by 2. They outscored Roswell 23-13 in the second quarter, and thus the 12-point lead at the half, 38-26. Some bad news there. We do have Malachi David on crutches as he did leave the court earlier in this game. We don't have any prognosis of what's going on with him, but it looks like he is injured. We'll have to wait and see. Turbiotis is back out there warming up. He was the guy that we saw go down there in the second quarter. Appeared to be a left leg injury. He thought it might be an ankle, but it looks like he's in better shape. I'm not sure what happened with Malachi David. We'll have to find out. We're going to go to another break here. 1:38 before the second half. Hobbs 38, Roswell 26. You're listening live to Hobbs Eagle Hoops on the radio at Cool 95.7.
Yep.
On the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
Welcome back to a live action here at Ralph Tasker Arena. We are at 38-26, starting the fourth quarter, and here it comes. Here's Ty.
Roswell basketball trailing by 12. The Hobbs Eagles try to improve their district record to 2-2 and drop the Coyotes to 2-2. Eagles try to get a steal on the first pass around the left perimeter for Roswell. It goes off the hands of Vega. Roswell retained possession. Not a good way for them to start. Inbound towards the timeline. This is picked up by Palomino. Stop and go dribble, top of the circle, backs out against Turbiotis to the right wing. Returns up top to Carrasco. Coming back to get it is McCaskill on the right side. Bounce pass to the right wing to Saraceno, underhands it back to the timeline to Carrasco. Take it on Turbiotis, who looks a little ginger on that ankle. No look pass back door. Martinez pivots, kicks it up top to Palomino. Swing it right side, three on the way for Carrasco, and nails it right through the net. 4 points for Carrasco. That's the fourth tray for the Coyotes. They trail by 9, though, to the Eagles. Vega sails a pass to the timeline, right to Roswell. Hobbs' 8 turnover. Ball comes down the lane. It's fumbled, picked up, put over the front of the rim, counted in the foul. Jacob Palomino, that's his 7th point, and he'll get a chance to make it a 3-point play. The Eagles starting to unravel now this quickly as they get the foul call on Josiah Clay, his first team foul here in the third quarter.
Yeah, so far between the two teams, the Coyotes are showing a little more energy than Hobbs needs to. They need to come back, play the second quarter again, and be able to get back into this game, and so far they haven't done it.
Free throw good for Palomino. He's got 8 points. And already Coach Ross says enough is enough, basically, and calls a timeout. We'll keep it right here. Eagles up 38-32, but the 12-point lead has been cut in half, Ron, and that's just after 1 turnover. Problems are coming. They're letting Roswell shoot trays, getting the turnover, and a 3-point play after that. You can't let that happen. 2 plays have gotten 6 points.
And all of this, and with under a minute into the third quarter, you cannot do that. You can't play a game and be able to win if you're already 6 points down from your previous lead. So, yeah, Hobbs is definitely going to make sure that they get back on the same page, get the energy back as well, and definitely get this into it. You know, we'd like to thank our sponsors. The following is First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, TDS, the Coffee House, Thriftway, NMR Pipeline, Devon Energy, The Model, Understand Media and Design, Hydrotech Services, and Divine Energy Services.
After a quick Hobbs Eagle timeout, they still lead 38-32. 2-2-1 full court trap for the Coyotes. Pass to Pena on the far right sideline. Gets double team, pivoting, looking for help. Finally throws it across the timeline to Henderson, right block. He goes up big, leading towards the hoop on the right side. Gets nailed from behind. And that'll be a chance for some free throws. Ball came off the rim, but they do get the foul on Roswell. That'll be given to Josh Martinez, his second first team foul.
And that looked like one of his better shots. He's had many of them before, but he's been missing, been getting a couple rebounds, but that one looked like it was going to go. However, he was fouled, so let's see what he can do on the line as he shoots two.
Henderson with 2 points in the ball game. And for the season, Henderson shooting 59% from the charity stripe. This one ricocheting around the rim and no good.
He was doing pretty good so far in the district, but that one just rattled in and out.
In fact, yeah, he was 2 for 2 against Carlsbad, I believe, in the game on Friday.
And looked good against Clovis, too.
He'll get one more shot here. Henderson was 5 of 8 against the 3 opponents in district so far. Nails his second free throw. He's got 3. 39-32 extends the lead to 7. And a tie-up on the inbound near the baseline left side. Turbiata stepping up big, ripping on the leather of Palomino, and the ball arrow is going to go for the Eagles on that one. That's going to be a Roswell turnover, number 9.
And if Roswell can do it, so can Hobbs. They're getting aggressive, getting into the defense, and slowing down this Roswell offense.
Inbound to Pena, left corner. Tries to shoot from the left elbow on a fade. Lost the ball in the air. Taken away by Carrasco. The 9th turnover. He tries to drive down the lane. Knocked out from behind him to the baseline. Eagles playing some tough D, but it will be Roswell ball underneath their hoop. Trailing by 7.
Yeah, that was Pena that knocked it out of there. So slow down Roswell, but still has the ball.
Carrasco inbounds right corner to Saraceno. Fadeaway 3. Hits the rim. No good. Henderson getting up high for his 4th rebound. Pivots and throws out to Vega right wing. Drives the lane. 1-2 and up. Double clutch off the back of the rim, no good. Turbiatis tries to lead and shoot, and he is getting hit and knocked around again. The ball came off the iron, but he'll get 2 free throws. And Turbiatis kind of taking a punching bag mentality here, but he keeps on ticking.
Yeah, and it looked like he may have landed awkwardly on that bad leg, but instead it looks like he's doing all right, not hobbled at all. And so he's going to be able to show him his skills on the line, the charity line, of course.
That's the 3rd foul on Martinez, 2nd team foul on Roswell. Turbiatis 1 for 1, and he misses off the front of the rim on that one. Still sitting at 5 points. Eagles looking for their first double-digit score. Didn't get one against Carlsbad. They had 2 guys at 9 apiece, but unfortunately could not get over the hump in terms of the doubles. Still a 7-point lead as we wait the second free throw from Turbiatis. This one in and out, no good. Missed both of them. Pulled down underneath by McCaskill, his 3rd rebound. Into the front court, quickly down to the right corner to Saraceno. Drives the lane, dumps it to the free throw line. Scoop shot coming down the paint by Palomino, no good. Turbiatis spinning after the rebound, his 4th. Outlet to the far left side to Clay. Spin move. In the front court, top of the circle. Stop from the free throw line, a shot on the way. Off the front of the iron, no good. Roswell rebound by Omar Ramos. Gets it out to the right wing, driving the lane. McCaskill goes to the rack. Double clutch right side. Ball sails off the iron, but he gets bodied up as he goes up with it. Call the Eagle foul. That'll be their 2nd here in the 3rd quarter. And they'll charge that one to Josiah Clay. That's Clay's 2nd personal, 2nd team foul. It'll be a shooting situation, too. McCaskill is 3 for 4, 75%.
Yeah, Roswell already on the line again, trying to see if they can get this lead down a little bit more.
Eagles have had their, in terms of the quarter scoring, 3rd quarter, they've been outscored 45-41 against district opponents. Best quarter's been the 2nd. They've outscored them 38-22, but 4th quarter's been in their opponent's pocket in district, 56-33 in 3 games. First free throw is good for McCaskill. He's got 6 now, waiting for another. Second shot is up, and it's a swish. He's got 7. 39-34, Roswell down by 5. Inbound to Turbiatis on the far right side, back deep to Clay. Gets that 2-on-2 trap. Jumps in the air, a bad pass up top to Carrasco for Roswell. Reverse slam on the right side and scores. Carrasco now with 6 points. 10 Eagle turnovers. They've had 3 here in the 3rd. Soria bounce pass near left side to Pena. Jumps in the air as he dribbles across the timeline. Gives to Soria right wing. To Clay right corner. He'll back out of double team pressure. Returns to Soria on the right side. He's out on the sideline now in front of the scores table, backing out to the time stripe. 5:35 left, 3rd quarter. Eagles by 3. Dangerous pass to Pena left wing. Turns and fires a 3 and nails it. Very important shot for Abraham Pena. He's got 9 points. Third tray for the Eagles. They lead by 6. Coming to the other end now, Roswell's Palomino. Across the timeline, guarded closely by Pena at the stripe on the Eagle logo. Bounce pass to the right wing to Saraceno. Returns deep to Carrasco. Swing it left side to McCaskill. Dump pass, left elbow to Palomino. Drives the lane, turns and fires. Henderson rejects the ball in the midair, but they'll call the body foul on him. Swatted that thing away. Henderson, though, picks up his second personal, third team foul.
Yeah, from this angle, it looked like it was all ball. However, that doesn't mean anything at all. Roswell on the line for 2 more and could cut into this lead a little bit more.
Henderson questioning the official. Ref told him it's just a body foul, not a block of the shot that caused that call. So Palomino on the line. He is 4 of 5, 80%. And this one bounces around the rim a bit and drops in. He's made all 3, that's his second free throw here in the third quarter. He's got 9 points. He would be the second double-digit scorer. Rylan Saraceno had 13 at the half but has not scored in the third quarter. Second free throw up and good for McCaskill with 8 points. 42-38. Your Eagles up by 4. Stop and go dribble for Pena. Cross court right to Soria. Stop and go for him as well on the right wing. Returns back to Pena at the timeline. Here that scores table on the far right. Takes a few dribbles. Returns back deep to Pena. Over to left corner to Soria. Drives baseline. Scoop shot on the left glass off the back of the rim. Put back up by Turbiatis with 2 hands. Can't get it to go. And ripped down for Roswell by Palomino, his third rebound. Turbiatis picked up his 5th board. Dribbles in the front court behind his back. Right side of the paint. Lost the ball. Gets it back. Goes up strong. Rejected from behind by Wheeler. Pulled down by the Eagles, Pena. But he sends it right to the lane in the backcourt. And throwing it up off the front of the rim is Palomino for 2. 11 points for Palomino. That was the Eagles' 11th turnover.
Yeah, it's a 14-4 run for Roswell right now in this third quarter.
42-40 Hobbs. Wheeler down in the right corner. Throws it deep to Turbiatis left block. Kick out left to Soria. Hits 3. Clinks off the rim from the left side and rolls out to the baseline. Roswell really taking a hold of this game. Now trailed by 2. They were down by 10 or make it 12 at halftime. So they whittled 10 off that lead.
Exactly, and they're definitely taking advantage so far, but Hobbs tends to get better in the second half of a quarter. Let's hope that happens this time with 4:05 remaining.
42-40, Hobbs by 2. The sub coming in for Roswell, dribbling the basketball. That's Cloud. Bounces it and gets it back from Fuentes as he comes across. Pivot against Turbiatis, down to the right corner to Fuentes. Backs into his defender, Soria. Double team with Wheeler. Stopped on the right baseline. They're going to call him a travel. Great job for Wheeler to step up and help out his teammate Soria and cause the dribbler to lose his train of thought. Fuentes gets the 10th turnover for Roswell.
Got an important update for you from either Clovis or Carlsbad. Clovis does win this game 65-51 over Carlsbad.
Clovis goes to 3-1. Carlsbad drops to 1-3 in the district, in the basement now. Pitty in the front court on the right wing. Returns back deep to Payton near the Eagle logo. Stop and go dribble. Comes down the lane. Lost the ball ahead of him. It's loose. Gets it back in the right corner on the baseline. Up top to Turbiatis. Over to Soria. Left corner. Wide open 3 is good. Big time shot for Lyric Soria, the freshman. He's got 5 points. 4th Eagle tray. Back up to a 5-point lead. 3:20 left in the third. Ball flicked down the lane to Cloud. He tries to go up double clutch. Gets knocked to the floor. Fading to the left side of the lane. Landed on his back and a body foul on the Eagles. Count it for Cloud, his first bucket of the game, as they'll charge the foul to the Eagles. Aaron Wheeler. And Wheeler now has his second personal 14 foul.
Yeah, that was a clean pass for Roswell, was able to get that in, plus draw the foul. That's exactly what Hobbs needs to get more of, is get those shots in and be able to draw the fouls as well.
Now, wait a second here. Everybody got bunched up for some reason, almost like they're going to have an inbound there in the lane. Now they're getting spread out to the free throw. I don't know if everybody understood that that was a and one situation. On the line is Cloud getting that free throw opportunity. Shot is up, and it's a switch for Cloud. 3 points for him. 45-43, Eagles by 2. 3:16 left, third quarter. Inbound to Pena on the near left side. Dribbles up the middle of the court. Double team against him. Throws it across to Pena. Speedy dribble to the right wing. Dumps it to Wheeler, right corner. Returns to Pena on the far right sideline near the scorer's table. Holds on to it. Finds Pena left side. Jab step. Returns to Pena. Playing some perimeter passing to Turbiatis on the right elbow. Soria right corner, drives baseline, goes to the rack, scoop shot, comes over the rim with it, doesn't drop, but he gets a foul. Roswell crashed on top of him that time. That was Stephen McCaskill. Nope, no, they're going to give that to Fuentes. Rather have it on McCaskill. That would have been his fourth. That's a second on Fuentes. Third team foul against the Coyotes. And now Soria an opportunity to shoot his first free throw of the ball game. He's yet to shoot in the district. And in terms of the season, get those numbers here in just a second. Soria's first free throw is a swish.
That's a good one, too. Nothing but net. So it was very clean. Second one should be the same. And Holy will extend this lead as the quarter continues.
I believe that's his first free throw of the season. Don't have him on the stats as having one before that. He does have 6 points tonight with that tray just seconds ago. 46-43, the second shot, in and out, no good. Pulled down underneath, though, making Hernandez a fadeaway on the left block. Can't get it to go through. And then a battle for the boards, whistles blowing everywhere. Jump ball, it will be Roswell basketball.
Yeah, unfortunately that was the case. It was a nice rebound. Just got tied up there on the floor.
2:47 left, third quarter. Hobbs Eagles lead 46-43. Well, this would be a good win tonight, Ron, as the Eagles would have a win against the top two teams in district.
And it would definitely make it a little easier, especially with Clovis winning. They definitely need to get this victory.
Of course, point spread will be an issue, too. They try to get the ball into McCaskill on the right elbow of the free throw line. They called a push foul by the Eagles. Charge out with a Wheeler. That's his third personal, 5th team foul. So Roswell now in the double bonus. They'll get 2 free throws out of it. Stephen McCaskill will be the man on the line. He's been there quite a bit tonight, 7 times so far, and has converted 6 out of 7. So he's definitely doing some damage. 6 out of his 8 points have been free throws. First shot up and bouncing off the front of the rim and the back as well, no good.
Just a little too much mustard on that one, so he's probably going to clean it up a little bit, but does help the cause. Still up by 3 are Hobbs.
Eagles have had 9 scores in this game, just 6 for Roswell. Hobbs still up by 3. Second shot for McCaskill, bounces off the rim again, no good. Ball pulled down, though, on the left block for Roswell by Palomino. Sends it to the right wing to Cloud. To the right corner, quickly to Fuentes. Dump it in the paint, spin move by McCaskill. Shot on the way, leading to the hoop and scores it. The swish for McCaskill. He's got 10. 46-45, Hobbs by 1. To Pena on the left wing. Cross court right to Soria, now in the front court. Up top to Pena. Gets knocked to the floor on his butt. They call the foul.
Yes.
Luckily, because the ball was stolen in midair, ripped away by Palomino. I don't think he was the one that fouled. They're going to call that instead on Cloud.
Yeah,
that'll be Cloud's first personal 14 foul.
He was the one that caused him to fall down. That was the reason why they got the call. Otherwise, it would have been a bad pass, and it could have been another turnover for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was Palomino off to the races, already ready for a layup. Inbound to Pena in the right corner with 2:08 left, third, up by 1. Hand off to Pena, right wing. Double team against him. Puts his shoulder down, tries to find some room, finds Pena on the right side still with the pass. Backs into his double defense defenders. Pivots, looking for help, up top to Pena. Pena going to stall it up a little bit, backs it out to the timeline. Dribbling through his legs and trying to challenge McCaskill to come out. Stop and go. Top of the circle. Gets around him. Shot for the free throw line. Swish. Pena drills the J. He's got 11. 48-45. Eagles by 3. 1:38 left, third. Quickly across the timeline is Cloud. Gets it across to Palomino, to the free throw line to McCaskill. Dump it right wing to Fuentes. Cross court left to Cloud. Fires up a 3. Clinks off the back of the rim. No good. Rebound Wheeler. Sends it up the far right sideline. Wheeler's 5th rebound to Vega. Vega goes to the rack with it right side and scores on the layup. Vega has 7. Eagles by 5. 50-45. At the other end, faking a 3 top is McCaskill. Tries to the free throw line. Tries to shoot again. Or actually, for real, that second time. They call the foul going up. They're going to say a clamp down by Pena. Actually, no, that's not Pena. They're going to switch that around to Hernandez. His second, 6th team foul, still double bonus on the line, McCaskill. He's been making a living on the charity stripe so far. 9 free throw attempts, has made 6 so far.
Yeah, Hernandez got caught out of position. I thought he played it well, but unfortunately just bodied up just a little too much to him. Did nothing else wrong but that.
Free throw is good for McCaskill. He is 4 of 6 from the line just in this third quarter alone.
Yep, he's just gotten his 10th point of the game.
He gets one more here. Taking some time with some dribbles on the line for McCaskill. Shot is up, and it's a swish. 50-47. Eagles by 3, 1:10 left third. Inbound to Hernandez, back deep to Pena. Roswell going to back off on the defense now to play some half-court stuff. Pena will get the thumbs-up signal here. Cross it through his legs. Setting up play number 1. Still in the Hobbs Eagle logo, middle of the court. Bounce pass to Pena right wing. Quickly dribbles to the baseline. Scoop shot off the side of the rim, no good. Pulled down by McCaskill, his 4th board. Dribbling through his legs, the 48 left in the quarter. Outlet to the far right side to Palomino. Now in the front court. Crossover move through his legs. Up top to Ramos. Pass over to left wing to McCaskill. Falls to the floor, face forward on his stomach, and the travel.
Exactly. And there was no way he could get around it, too. Once he was starting to go down, you realize that it was probably going to be a turnover, or at least a travel, simply because he rolled over.
11th Roswell turnover here in the ball game. Hobbs by 3. 35 seconds left in the third. Here comes Pena with a crossover, taking on Cloud in the front court. Waits for a screen from Hernandez to the left wing. Fires up a shot, fadeaway left block, spins around toilet bowl style and pops out. Goes to the baseline and will be Hobbs basketball. Last touch by Omar Ramos. Kind of a forced shot that time. Had about 3 guys converging on him defensively on that left block.
A little bit, but yeah, it looked like he thought he had a good shot, just did not quite hit the cylinder.
Inbound to Wheeler and fires up a J from the right elbow and puts it through. The freshman doing some damage. That's going to be 8 now for Wheeler. 52-47. Hobbs by 5 here in the third. Pass down the left baseline to Palomino. Goes to the rack, lays it up. The push foul counted. A chance for a 3-point play for Palomino. And he has scored 8 points here in the third quarter, has 13 overall, as they get a foul call against Wheeler. Already his 4th personal. Still double bonus for Roswell.
Yeah, just when you think that Hobbs has got a little momentum going for him, Roswell turns around and does something like that. Hobbs still not even in the bonus yet, probably won't get into the bonus in this quarter.
First, our only shot for Palomino, clinks off the front of the rim, rebound at the free throw line for Vega. He's got 6 seconds, he dribbles up to the timeline. Pena left wing, drives the lane, and runner's shot on the way, drops short of the rim, but they got a body foul on Roswell. Clock will stop with .4, so he will get 2 free throws out of it. And that will be the 5th team foul against the Coyotes.
So they proved me wrong.
And they charge that to Manny Fuentes, his 3rd. They've got 3 guys with 3 fouls apiece, McCaskill, Fuentes, and Martinez. Eagles have 4 for Wheeler, 3 for Turbiatis, and 2 for Pena, Clay, and Henderson.
And this will probably be the last play since there's .4 on the clock, so it'll probably end up being the last play for the third quarter.
Pena's first free throw in and out, no good. Nick Pena trying to get in the scorebook, 0 for 1 now from the charity stripe, as he came into the contest shooting 62%.
And he's putting up his second shot. Looks good. No, actually went in and out once again. And that is the third quarter.
As the rebound coming down with it, Steve McCaskill, his 5th of the ball game. No chance to shoot. At the end of 3, Hobbs 52, Roswell 49. This one's going down to the wire here at Tasker Arena. We'll be back in 60 seconds on the Hobbs Eagle Network.
We are back at Ralph Tasker Arena, 52-49. Hobbs has a 3-point lead, and they're still going strong. But, the fourth quarter has been an issue for Hobbs, and we're hoping that we can get over that against this Roswell Coyote team. And here for the call is Ty Friend.
Roswell has a couple guys. 3, in fact, have double digits so far. Rylan Saraceno with 13, but has not scored in the second half so far. Jacob Palomino with 13, and Stephen McCaskill with 12. For your Hobbs Eagles leading with 11, Abraham Pena. 8 for Aaron Wheeler. And 7 for Braylon Vega. 6 for Lyric Soria. 52-49, Eagles lead by 3. It'll be their basketball to start the fourth. Coming across the timeline is Pena. Takes on Carrasco. Over to Vega right wing. Down to the right corner, Pena. Wrap around to Henderson, but it's short and stolen away by Palomino. That's the 12th turnover. He tries to fire it up across the middle of the lane at the other end, but overthrows Josh Martinez out of bounds for the Roswell 12th turnover. Both teams have 12, a total of 24 combined. High inbound to Henderson on the far right side. Returns back deep to Pena. Double team in the backcourt. Finds a wide open Turbiates on the front side. Throws it down Vega, left corner. Spots a 3 and swishes it. Big time hit for Vega. He's got 10 points, his second tray, the 5th tray for the Eagles. 6-point Hobbs lead, 55-49 here in the fourth. Into the front court, crossover move for Palomino. Flicks it left wing to Carrasco. Up top to Saraceno, drives the left to the lane. Lost the ball off his fingertips on the dribble. They're waiting for the official to help out on it. They're going to say it's going to be Roswell basketball. It looks like he had the last effort with the ball and just kind of shuffled it forward. They're going to say Hobbs touched it last.
Yeah, in any case, nice, but no cigar as far as getting the possession back.
Off-ball foul on the inbound going to be called against the Eagles. They're going to say Pena was holding, so they get a foul on him. Pena's second personal. That'll be the first team foul here in the second or fourth quarter, I should say. The Eagles have had a lot of fouls in this game.
Yeah, a lot more than Roswell.
That's their 19th of the contest. There's been 12 against Roswell. Looks like they have some water on the floor, so going to get in a towel is Azaiz Carrasco. He's going to take care of it for the officials there. Left side of the lane. Appears to be a little bit wet. Of course, coming up Friday night, big road trip to Clovis, Ron, and that's a very important game after the Eagles beat them by 1.
Exactly. They need to get this victory, and then, yeah, we're going to head up to Clovis on Friday. Hopefully we'll do the same thing and get another victory and make it a really tight contest for the district.
Inbound to the left wing, picked up for McCaskill. Bounce pass left block to Carrasco, back into Turbiates. No looker, back over to McCaskill, left corner. His 3 in and out, no good. Henderson underneath the hoop for his 5th rebound. Outlet far side left, Pena. Throws it up court to Vega, left corner for another 3 attempt. This one in and out, can't cash in on it. Turbiates saves it on the right baseline, his 6th rebound. Over to Pena. Pena dribbles back to the timeline. He'll go one-on-one against Martinez to the free throw line. Up top to Pena. To his legs, spots up a tray. Fade away off the back of the rim. Underneath the hoop is McCaskill for his 6th board. He'll come into the front court. Tries to lower it over to the left wing on the low bounce pass, but way too low. Nowhere near Saraceno, who was on the run up that far left sideline for turnover number 13.
Yeah, I can't say who he was passing it to, but in the end it was just out of bounds.
Not a pretty one there. Quickly, the Eagles in the front court find Henderson on the left block. Before he could go up with it strong, knocked out of his hands by Josh Martinez. Eagles been throwing way too low to him in this game, and they've been knocking it out quite a bit for Roswell.
Exactly. I understand they want to post him up, but they got to post him up right, and so far they've only had a couple of times when they've done it right.
Vega will get it into Henderson at the free throw line.
Boom, that's how you do it.
And he does a little fadeaway toss there with the big J. Actually, that was a touch pass to Turbiates, who puts it through for 7 total. 57-49, an 8-point lead. At the other end, backing into his defender, Cloud. Kicks out left wing to Carrasco. Drives the paint, throws an off-balance shot off in the left block. Henderson showing his arms straight up in the air, but the official's going to say body first, as Henderson has picked up his 3rd personal. Big men don't always get the respect they deserve and sometimes get a little bit extra foul action.
Exactly, and that's one of the reasons why it's hard to be posting underneath, especially with Henderson. It seems like no matter what he does it right, but he still gets the call, and it's his 3rd, still not in foul trouble yet, but getting closer and closer each and every time.
Carrasco, 1 of 2 from the line, has 6 points and makes the free throw to make it 7 total. 57-50, Hobbs still by 7. Their biggest lead was 12 at halftime. Eagles in the 3rd quarter, 14.
Yeah, that was
a total of 20 or 13 for Roswell.
Roswell's first point of the quarter so far. That's their 2nd.
It's 8 now for Carrasco. Actually, Roswell had 23 in the 3rd quarter.
I'm talking about fourth.
Hobbs with 14. Pass down to Vega in the left corner, gets tripped and falls flat on the ground. They're going to say the foul on Roswell as that one comes against Martinez. His fourth personal, first team foul here in the fourth quarter, though. And it will be Hobbs basketball on the near left sideline for the Hobbs Eagles student section.
Starting to worry about the injury bug. Where you have one player down, we don't need any others to get bitten by that bug.
Yeah, that's right. Malachi David went down, is on crutches. Pounce it down low, leading to the hoop. Big man Parker Henderson, as he throws it over the rim, puts it through, roars to the crowd, has got a foul on top of it. He'll have a chance for a three-point play. Henderson with 5 points, and that one goes against Zai Carrasco, his second team foul, and Parker Henderson trying to make it for 3 here.
Looks like they got 3 for him. But yeah, he saw Tribiatis do that, and Henderson said, you know what? I can do the same thing and get that to count.
And he swishes the free throw, now has 6 points. Eagles by 9. Into the front court. With the dribble comes Cloud, top of the circle. Falls to the floor, stolen by Vega. Roswell's 14th turnover. Lefty Lamp looked like he was trying to alley-oop it and trying to get up for it was Pena. Landed on his back hard. Coach Ross is trying to ask Vega what he was trying to do. Instead of laying it up, he tried to alley-oop it from behind his head there. And boy, Pena took a hard blow to the court. Coach Reeves is on the referee, thought they was fouled, upended on that one. Looks like it will be Hobbs basketball, but Pena dodging a bullet there. He could have been out for the game and maybe the season on that
Exactly.
shot.
We were talking about that just a moment ago, and I thought Vega actually was pushed in the back before he got that pass off. But either way, Hobbs still has the ball under their basket.
It was on his mind to alley-oop Pena on that one, but Pena took a hard shot to the floor. Alley-oop backdoor to Pena again. This one over behind his back. Serrano takes it away, or make that Carrasco. He tries to go to the rack with an alley-oop to Cloud. It gets rejected out of bounds. And it looks like they call a late foul, but maybe not. No, it isn't a foul.
No, it's a goaltending, I believe.
Do they count the basket? That was Carrasco, I believe, going up with it. Nope, they're going to give the points to Cloud. That'll be his 5th point of the ball game.
Yeah, they got him on goaltending. I thought it was close, but in the end, referee said goaltending on that one, so 2 more for the Fighting Coyotes.
60-53, Hobbs by 7 with 5:38 remaining. Pass to Turbiatas on the timeline, double team, cross court right to Henderson. He kind of threw that too quickly. He saw the double team coming at him. Henderson was already trying to cut to the basket, thrown out of bounds behind him to the far right sideline. Eagles now with 2 turnovers in a row, now 14 overall. They don't want to go on the rewind trend here.
No, they do not. They do not want to relive the last game.
Turbiatas gets a steal up the left sideline. Roswell gets it away, but then they step on the sideline, so turnovers back-to-back for both teams. Get kind of sloppy. Both teams have 15 turnovers.
Always know where you're at. Real estate is always key.
Pena's pass is deflected and gets it back. Is going to track it with Soria. To Pena. Bounce pass to Soria in the front court, right wing. Dumps it down low to Henderson. Double team on the right baseline. He gets held up. Had 2 guys hanging on his arms, Stephen McCaskill and Palomino. We'll see which one they get this one against. It will be against Palomino, his first, 3rd team foul. It will make it the 4th team foul against the Coyotes. Pena on the right baseline underneath the Eagles hoop, up by 7. Sends it high one to Pena in the left corner, but it's taken away on the baseline by Palomino. The Eagles' 16th turnover. Dribbles to the free throw line. This Palomino backs it out. Bounce pass up top to Carrasco. Hippity hop. Scoop shot from the left block is fouled. Got a good head fake going on there, and coming down on top of him was Henderson. Henderson will get his 4th personal, and that'll send to the line Palomino.
It'll also send a sub and Henderson out most likely because of that foul trouble. But yeah, again, every time you think that Hobbs gets a little momentum and is able to get into a double-digit lead, Roswell comes back and does something like this and gets in the and one.
Carrasco actually the guy on the line. He's 3 of 4 for 75% and makes his free throw there. He's made 3 here in the 4th quarter. 9 points now for Carrasco.
Looks like actually it's not an and one, but 2.
60-54, a 6-point Eagle lead with 5:04 remaining in the 4th. You already mentioned Clovis winning tonight over Carlsbad, so that puts them in the driver's seat at this point. Roswell definitely needs to come out of here with the win to stay alive. Second shot to swish for Carrasco. He's got 10 for those points coming here in the 4th quarter. Timeout on the court, 5:04 left in the 4th. Hobbs 60, Roswell 55. Eagle basketball when we come back in 30 seconds.
We are live back. It's 5:04 remaining in this game. 60-55 is what Hobbs has, the lead of 5. But, it's a timeout for Roswell. They're trying to get back into it. And Hobbs, of course, is trying to stay in the lead and get this win. For the call, here is Ty Friend.
Abraham Pady with 11, Braylon Vega with 10. Those two will combine for 21 of the Eagles' 60 points. Roswell has 3 in double figures. Ryland Saraceno, Jacob Palomino both with 13. McCaskill with 12. And actually another guy, too, just got 10 on the board. Carrasco with those 4 free throws in the fourth. Get a 5-point Eagle lead. After the timeout, Pena basketball. One hands it across the timeline to Clay on the left wing, who just checked in during the timeout. Underhands it to Pena back at the time stripe, still in the front court. Quick dribble behind his back to the right wing. Sends it up top to Clay. Clay with a crossover down the lane. Over to Wheeler, right corner. 15-footer on the fadeaway and a swish. Coming up big, Amron Wheeler. He's got 10 points. He's in double digits. 7-point Eagle lead. In the front court, Palomino kicks it left corner, wide open. Carrasco for 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Deep right corner rebound for Turbiatis. He's got 7 boards. Tries to sit it in the lane in the backcourt, stolen. Put up with a lefty hook. Counted off the glass and a foul. Josh Martinez, actually, nope, that wasn't Martinez. That was Saraceno with his 15th point, but unfortunately, the 17th turnover for the Hobbs Eagles, and then foul on top of that.
Yeah, and just a bad possession right there. Hobbs, I know, was getting pressure to get that ball to be moving, but still a bad pass, another bad turnover, and Roswell in with another shot.
Free throw good for Saraceno. He's got 16. That foul was on Pena. That's the 14th foul on the Eagles. 4:18 remaining. Hobbs by 4. Clay down to Soria in the right corner in front of the Hobbs Eagle bench on the baseline. Hands it back to Clay on the right wing. Back to Soria at the time stripe to Pena on the near left side. Stop and go dribble to the left wing. Spins out of it. One hands it back dangerously to that timeline. Kept by Soria. An illegal screen called by Wheeler on the far right sideline will cause the turnover on the offensive foul.
Up until now, Wheeler's actually been part of the progress that has gotten the Eagles the lead and kept it there. He's been playing well. That was just a bad call and went against him, unfortunately.
That's his 4th personal for Wheeler, and that's 18th turnover for Hobbs. Quickly in the front court is Cloud. To the right, block off the dribble. Bounces it towards the rim and laying it up hard and high off the floor, Stephen McCaskill. 14 for him. Off the glass on that one. 62-60, a 2-point Eagle lead. 3:40 remaining, and as Clay comes across the timeline with a big jump stop, Coach Ross jumps out of the court for the timeout. We'll take a quick one as well. 30-second break. Hobbs 62, Roswell 60. Back in half a minute.
All right, welcome back. We are at Ralph Tasker Arena. It is 62-60, a tight one with 3:41 remaining. Hobbs still has the lead by 2, but with the call, here is Ty Friend.
Free throw situation so far here into the fourth quarter. Roswell 22 of 29. Your Hobbs Eagles 7 of 15. They've shot 14 less free throws in this ballgame. Been pretty much a trend throughout the season in terms of opportunities. Payton with the dribble, puts his head down, lost the ball momentarily, recovers in the front court, gives off to Clay. Shake and bake, he'll keep it outside the perimeter narrow near the timeline. Dribbles behind his back, and then a body foul. Not in position was Ryland Saraceno to pick up his first. That will be the 5th team foul. Both teams in the double bonus for the rest of this ball game. 3:28 remaining.
Yeah, and Hobbs needs to make the most of those free throws, especially with the very tight game. They need to make both these free throws, be able to extend the lead to 4.
Clay is 2 for 3 from the line, 7 points. Hobbs, we just mentioned, 7 of 15 from the charity stripe.
By the way, that was a nice basketball maneuver that Clay did a moment ago to get that foul.
First free throw is up and good for Clay. He's made 3 free throws out of 4 now. 75%, has 8 points. Extends a lead to 63-60. We'll make it 2-possession lead here if he can get this second free throw. Shot is up, and it is no good off the back of the rim high. Pulled down by McCaskill with 7th rebound. Gives it off to Cloud in the backcourt with 3:20 remaining. Comes across against Clay. Stop and go, crossover through his legs to the right wing. Gets it up top to McCaskill. Sends it down the left block in the paint now. No-look pass from Cloud. Cloud will come down the lane with the scoop on the right side. Misses off the back of the rim. Pulled down by Henderson for his 6th rebound. Gives back deep to Soria. One hands it over to Pena in front of the scores table, far right sideline. Brings it across the timeline with the crossover to Clay in the left wing. Underneath 3 minutes remaining. Hobbs by 3. Gets a screen up top from Henderson. Fires up a 3 and nails it. Clay got knocked down to the floor on his butt, but he puts it through the hoop. Clay now with 11 points. His second tray, 6th overall for the Eagles. To the other end, McCaskill, double clutch on the right block. Misses off the iron. Rebound by Henderson back-to-back. His 7th rebound. Outlet to Clay on the far right sideline with 2:30 remaining. Eagles by 6. To the right wing. Clay's going to slow it down. Zings it back deep to Payne at the timeline, right side. Near the scores table. Coming back to get it is Soria in the middle of the Hobbs Eagle logo. To the left wing off the dribble. Backs it out. Stop and go. Lost the ball, and he loses it himself to the Hobbs Eagle student section on the left sideline. Out of bounds. That'll be the Eagles' 19th turnover. He thought maybe that the last touch was by Saraceno, but the ref says otherwise.
It would have been, but unfortunately it went off his leg, and so that way it went to Roswell.
Coming across the timeline on the near side. Dribbling is Cloud. Gets a screen, but they're going to say a push-off by McCaskill. Legal screen. McCaskill gets his 4th personal. That'll be the 16th foul. Will not be a shooting situation, being an offensive foul. We already mentioned both teams in the double bonus anyway.
Yeah, McCaskill trying to get his case point, but not able to.
2:05 remaining in the contest. Eagles by 6. Payne will just keep it slowed down in the backcourt. Throws it across to Clay on the right wing. Crossover move. Returns back to Pena. Hard dribble to the right wing. Stop and shoot from 15. Swish it through. Pena with the stroke through the hoop. He's got 13 and back to an 8-point lead for the Eagles. In the front court, McCaskill dribbling behind his back, goes to the rack, gets stripped by Henderson. They're going to give it to Roswell. The crowd, Hobbs Eagle faithful, screaming at the official on that one.
They still have 1:44 remaining. It doesn't matter if they get Roswell gets the ball or not. Hobbs just needs to come out and be defensive.
Roscoe into the lane to McCaskill, stripped away by Soria. Roswell, 16th turnover. Throws it down the lane to Pena, lost the ball on the baseline. It's picked away by Palomino as he dribbles up the near right sideline, gets pushed in the back by the Eagles. So Hobbs picks up a turnover and then a foul, and unfortunately that'll be a 5th foul charged to Turbiatis. He'll foul out with 7 points.
Yeah, we were hoping to get at least a double-digit score from him. Didn't happen, but I think he played very well for all the conditions that were going on.
7 points, 7 rebounds. He was 1 of 3 from the charity stripe.
And he goes over and shakes the hand of the coach. Coach
Barolo,
yes. Dude, as some people call him.
Jacob Palomino will shoot the free throws. He is 5 of 7 from the line so far, has 13 points. Yet to score, though, in the 4th quarter. 8-point Eagle lead, pinning these free throws. First shot's up, and some heavy reverse spin on that basketball. Keeps it out of the rim. No good on the first one.
Yeah, that was a dud. Had no energy at all whatsoever. Never had a chance.
Dud for Dude.
Yeah, certainly did. And the second one, looking to see if Roswell can get back into it, but it's going to be a long road with that shot.
Misses the second one off the back of the rim, and Pena chases down to the left sideline. His second board. Throws it up ahead to Vega down the lane at the other end. Ball loose on the floor. Looks like Roswell has it. I think they called the timeout as they got the ball on the floor that time. That will be a Hobbs Eagle turnover. 20th of the ball game. Nice move to get the timeout. Sitting on the floor was Palomino. And it will be Roswell basketball. They want possession too, but a pretty tough hole to dig out of as they trail to Hobbs 68-60 with 1:26 remaining. Don't forget Friday night, Eagles in a big game in Clovis taking on the Wildcats, who sit atop of the district.
And what we're looking for is a 2-2 district record for Hobbs. We already know that Clovis is at 3-1, so it's going to be very imperative that Hobbs comes in, goes up to Clovis, plays as strong as they're playing right now, maybe even stronger, especially since they've already got the first victory against Clovis. If they get the second one, that already gives them the tiebreaker for Clovis. Then they just have to go ahead and beat Carlsbad after that. Well, like I said, one thing at a time. Even though you've got an 8-point lead on Roswell, you've got to continue to play the same way. It isn't over yet because the fat lady hasn't sung.
That game here at Tasker, Hobbs winning over Clovis 68-67. Bunch of guys scoring big in that game. Braylon Vega and Abraham Pena both getting 17. Pena was 5 of 6 from the line. Vega 2 of 2. And Parker Henderson had a double-double in that contest, 13 points and 12 rebounds. So definitely some big production for the Eagles in that one. Clovis saw 3 in double figures. Marvin Cox was 17, 12 for Max Roche, and Kylan Parker finished up with 10. We should mention Marvin Cox had 21 against this Roswell team on Friday night last week. So we're back to this game as Roswell have it down by 8 with 1:25 remaining. Coyotes are bringing it across the timeline, dribbled by Palomino on the right wing. Slings it to the left wing to McCaskill, drives the lane. Tucks it underneath his bicep, a scoop off the right rim is no good. Another rebound for Henderson. That is his 8th of the ball game. Outlet to Pena, the near left sideline with 1:08 remaining. Double team, bounce pass up top to Clay. Comes down the right side of the lane, gets stripped from behind. Palomino with the rip. The 21st Eagle turnover. Up ahead to McCaskill with a shot put layup on the right and scores. He's got 16. And a timeout on the court for Roswell. We'll keep it here, 68-62. And Ron, the Eagles have a 6-point lead, but they got 21 turnovers. They had 29 first time they played Roswell in a 12-point loss. Kind of weird getting close to those numbers on the turnovers, but the Eagles up by 6.
But Roswell has also had quite a few turnovers, as you've mentioned, but still, yeah, it's a slightly better score for Hobbs. It's also a slightly better quarter for them as well, but still, there's plenty of time. Roswell could come back and they're very sneaky. They were sneaky enough last time, and they can do it again. But Hobbs just needs to keep their cool, turn those turnovers down, have no more, and maybe even draw some fouls as well and get on the charity stripe.
Yeah, that fourth quarter in Roswell, definitely an ugly one. Hobbs was outscored 20-6 in that fourth quarter, although it was a 49-47 lead for the Eagles by 2 at the end of the third.
Yeah, they were keeping it close throughout. They had 14 in the second for both teams, 13 in the third, so the scoring wasn't all that great, but still, they were keeping up with the team. Roswell, though, in the fourth, like you said, pulled away, was a 14-point difference, and that made the difference in the game. And, of course, Hobbs loses that one in the first district.
Roswell back out of the court first. Coach Barola having some words for one of the officials out there. Not sure what he was talking about, but his team trails by 6, and definitely is going to make a big swatch up there on the district standings with Roswell losing this one time. Hobbs can hold on to the 6-point lead. 56 seconds remaining in the game. Pena will inbound from the baseline of the backcourt. And Pena does have a right to move the baseline. He tells Coach Barola to get out of his way. Pena looking for help, throws a high one into Henderson. We have an off-ball foul. Looks like they're going to charge this one to the left side of the backcourt to Cloud.
Right.
As he shoved Clay. So Cloud will get his second personal. Again, double bonus both ways, so the foul totals won't matter at this point, as that will send Clay to the line. Clay has been there 5 times, has completed 3 of those, 3 of 5 for 60%, and it's a double digits tonight at 11.
And that was drawn up because there was no time that went off the clock. That gives Roswell extra time to try to get back into this game.
First free throw bouncing off the front of the rim, no good, and he kind of throws his head back in disgust, putting his hands on his face after that one.
And he knows that was an easy shot, one of the easiest ones he's going to have tonight, and he needed to get that, but I'm sure he's going to adjust for that second shot.
68-62, and swishes the second one. 12 points now for Clay. Hobbs by 7. Quickly in the front court, driving the lane, McCaskill, reverse left, windmill on the right side, no good. Tip back up on the left side of the glass by Cloud. He's fouled going up.
And he was laying on the floor for a moment.
Cloud getting 2 boards now, but he is fouled. He gets a chance with the 2 free throws. They charge that one to Clay. That's his 4th personal. Cloud is kind of holding his head after that play. I think he hit the hard one pretty hard that time.
Well, yeah, definitely. There's no softness over there at all. So anytime you do something like that and you're laying on your back, you know the head was involved and it probably bounced off the hard wood.
Yep, Cloud is definitely feeling some stars after that one. First free throw, though, a switch for Cloud. He's got 6 points. Perfect on the line, too. 2 for 2 so far, and pulls the lead down to 6. 49 seconds left here in the fourth.
Yeah, Cloud is looking for his 7th point and getting one step closer to getting the lead back for the Coyotes.
Second shot good. 69-64. Eagles by 5 with 49 remaining. High inbound again to Henderson. He can't get a grasp on it. Goes out of bounds. They keep throwing high ones into Henderson on the sideline. That's going to go as a turnover. That's the 22nd of the ball game.
And that's going to hurt a little bit, but hopefully it won't cause too much problems. Defense is the key right now.
Couple of possessions needed by Roswell. Inbound to McCaskill, left wing, comes down the lane. Reverse left, throws it up underneath the hoop, no good. Rebound by Cloud underneath the hoop as well. Ball gets knocked out of his hands for just a second. Send it to the right corner, a 3 on the way for Saraceno, no good off the back of the rim. And a rebounding foul on Roswell. Looks like it might have been Palomino. Nope, they're going to say instead Cloud was shoving underneath. That's his third. And the march to the other end of the court for the Hobbs Eagles to try to get some insurance points here to make it more than a 2-possession ball game.
Yeah, and that possession right there burned a little bit of clock. It's still the 36.4, 5 points, and if Hobbs can get these two, can stretch it to 7.
Amron Wheeler will step up. He's in double digits tonight. The underclassman has 10 points. I don't think he's shot a free throw. He hasn't shot a free throw tonight for sure. First shot is up and good. Great way to start the line for him. He's got 11. Extends the lead to 6 for the Eagles.
Yeah, in fact, I don't think he's shot one all season. You may be right. I haven't seen him play out too much, and definitely don't remember seeing him on the line.
I don't believe he's got one this season. That was his first. Second is off the back of the rim.
That's fine.
Pull down rebound far side by McCaskill, his 8th. Throws up a 3 in the left side wing and scores it right through the net. Nobody getting a hand in his face. And a quick timeout for Coach Barola and the Coyotes. We'll take a quick one as well. 30 seconds, we're back live. Hobbs 70, Roswell 67, live on the Hobbs Eagle Network. (70 to 67), your Hobbs Eagles lead by 3. As we're late in the fourth quarter, Hobbs playing Clovis on Friday, and then next week a final game in the district schedule against Carlsbad. And then I think that's an all wide open door district tournament this year, Ron.
It can be, very much so, but we were hoping for a 10 or more lead right now. Happy with the 3, but still, Roswell still scrappy, still trying to get back into this game, and it's anybody's ball game with 24 seconds to go.
3-point Eagle lead, 29.5 as you mentioned. Both teams back out on the court after a timeout. After that big 3 by McCaskill. McCaskill with 19 so far in this game. He is their leading scorer. Eagles are getting into Payne on the far right side. Quick dribble, beats 2 defenders into the front court. Left side of the lane. He launches a pass, but short of Hernandez in the right corner. Another Eagle turnover, 23. Pass down to the right corner, front court. Martinez for 3. Side of the backboard. Goes out of bounds, out of bounds.
Roswell's trying to contend that was a block shot. In fact, actually, the referee went ahead and overturned it. Roswell will get the ball with 16 seconds to go.
Actually, it was Saraceno that shot it. Did hit the side of the backboard. They're going to say an Eagle touched it. So why are they taking out on the other baseline? It should be on the right side, not the left. Whoa. Not sure why they moved it over there. Inbound to the left wing. McCaskill, who just made the tray. Same spot, fires again. An air ball underneath the hoop. It's saved.
Oh!
Behind the back save by Cloud for the right baseline, but it sails to the left sideline, out of bounds. Roswell diving for it, but it will go out. Hobbs calls the timeout. They'll have possession on the far right sideline. Leading by 3 with 9.1 seconds remaining. This should be a W for the Hobbs Eagles, but they got to take care of the basketball. If you give it up in the backcourt and they hit a tray, we got a tie.
Yeah, what they got to do is just keep it fundamentally simple. They can't have too long passes. Roswell has been getting under those balloon passes, as some would say, and definitely taking advantage of them. Getting across the lane, all they have to do is just do that, get a three-point shot. However, Hobbs, all they need to do is just possess it, try to avoid the foul. You know that's going to be coming from the Roswell Coyotes. Get that and just burn clock and be able to get this victory tied up.
You kind of wish that the ball would be on the baseline right now because Hobbs will have it on that far right sideline. That's in three-point territory. Roswell gets a steal out there. They can just quick and turn and shoot. You have it on the baseline.
Yeah.
If they got a steal in the paint, they don't want to take a layup because they got to get a three to tie it. They'd have to dribble out and shoot. So I think you'd rather have it on the baseline. Normally that goes against your common sense there, but this is a tough one to deal with. And very important to not give the ball up on this possession.
And for Hobbs fans, this is almost deja vu against Clovis. We had this similar situation. Clovis had the ball, though, was able to get a two-pointer, but they needed a three, so that ended the game. Similar situation, three-point lead for Hobbs.
Eagles have had some issues with turnovers here in the second half. They have 23 overall, although Roswell has 16 of their own. Soria will inbound. He's halfway between the baseline and the half court on the far right sideline. Goes it back deep to Pena. Dribbles through the paint in the backcourt. Gets bumped by Cloud, no call. Spin move at the timeline, then a foul. So they burn off about 5 seconds off the clock, and Coach Barola's kind of wondering why he took so long to foul.
Yeah, and he's on the court.
Yeah, Cloud has got his fourth personal. That is still the double bonus as Pena will step up. Can't believe this, but Pena has not been on the line tonight. 13 points for him. It's a little bit lower than his season average, about 17, but he's getting his first chance from the free throw line.
And it's a big one, too.
Pena against his opponents from the district this season, 7 of 9, and he nails that free throw there. So big one for Abraham Pena. Came in shooting 70% on the season, extended to a 4-point lead.
One more, and it will pretty much put the nail in the coffin.
Second shot for Pena is another swish. 15 now for Pena. 5-point lead with 3 seconds. Coming across his Cloud, a three at the buzzer, right wing off the front of the rim. The Hobbs Eagles get the victory, 72-67. The Eagles, coming off a 1-point loss on Friday to Carlsbad, have evened up the score on Roswell tonight with a 5-point win. Hobbs will improve to 2-2, 500. Roswell will drop to 2-2, which puts Clovis in the driver's seat. They lead 3-1.
Exactly, and we're going to be going next to Clovis, and that will be a determining factor. If we can get 2 against Clovis, that will put us back on top, so to speak. Definitely with Roswell and Carlsbad, of course. They're also the other one, depending on who wins and who loses. We want to see Carlsbad win that one, so we can go back to play in here at Hobbs and beat Carlsbad, and that would be ideal for the Hobbs Eagles.
And Ron, finally the Eagles taking control of the fourth quarter, 20-18 in the fourth, winning a 2-point margin there for Roswell, but a 5-point margin on the scoreboard, which is more important. 72-67, Hobbs winning by 5 as the Eagles improve with their 10th win of the season. That always looks good to a committee making decisions. You want to have at least double digits on your W column. 10-14 overall. Roswell drops to 13-11. We'll take a 3-minute break, come back with the Hobbs Eagle postgame show live here on the radio, Cool 95.7, on the internet, HobbsAmerica.com, YouTube, and the Cool 95.7 Facebook page.
Welcome back to Hobbs Action. It is at Ralph Tasker where we just played this game against Roswell, the fourth game in the district, and Hobbs comes out victorious, thankfully, after some great defense, some good offense, and some great plays. It was a final of 72-67, so that means that Hobbs is back a little bit into the district, 2-2, drops Roswell to 2-2 as well. We just found out earlier Clovis winning, and we'll talk about that more in a moment. Right now, let's talk about the numbers with Ty Friend.
Lots of guys scoring in this game for both teams. Roswell getting 4 in double digits, led by Stephen McCaskill. He had 19 points in the game. Definitely a lot of free throws, 8 of 11 from the charity stripe, and finished with 8 rebounds. He's definitely the go-to guy for Roswell. Also in double digits, Rylan Saraceno. He had 13 at the half, only got 3 in the second half, but did finish up with the most three-pointers for the team. He had 3 total and 16 points. Jacob Palomino, 13 points and 4 rebounds. He had several free throws as he went 4 of 5 from the charity stripe. Zai Carrasco finished with 10 points. He was 5 of 6 from the line for Roswell. So those were the 4 double-digit scores. Jalen Cloud finished with 7 points, perfect on the charity stripe, 3 for 3, had 3 rebounds. And one other guy scoring was Josh Martinez for a bucket and 2 points and a board. Only 6 guys get in the scorebooks for Roswell. They were 24 of 33 from the charity stripe for 72%. So they had a total of 10 more free throw shots attempted than the Hobbs Eagles did in this ball game. Other stats for them, they had 18 rebounds. Their top boardman was Stephen McCaskill with 8, but they were 17 less rebounds than the Hobbs Eagles in this one. So Hobbs really cleaning up the glass in the contest. 16 turnovers for Roswell compared to 23 for the Eagles, and they had a total of 4 3-pointers in the game. Most of those coming from the good streak shooting from Rylan Saraceno. Hobbs Eagles do get a lot of guys in the books, too, in terms of double digits. 4 to be exact, just like Roswell. Abraham Pena leading with 15 points in the contest. He was perfect, 2 for 2. Didn't get those free throws until late in the fourth quarter. Also finished up with 2 rebounds and a tray to his name. Josiah Clay coming off the bench. He had 12 points. He also had several free throw opportunities. He went 3 of 6, make it 4 of 6 from the charity stripe, and finished up with the rebound. Aaron Wheeler getting some time off the bench as well, the underclassman. He finished up with 11 points and 5 rebounds, 1 of 2 from the line. And Braylon Vega finishing with 10 points. He had a couple of trays and had 6 rebounds to his name. So again, 4 in double digits for the Eagles. They also had 7 coming from Jairus Turbiatis before fouling out. He also finished with 7 rebounds for the Eagles and was 1 of 3 from the charity stripe. Parker Henderson was 6 points. He went 2 of 3 from the line and had 8 rebounds. He was the leader on the boards for the Hobbs Eagles. It was Lyric Soria, the underclassman freshman guard, with 6 points, hit a tray, and went 1 of 2 from the line with 1 rebound. Javen Hernandez coming off the bench for 3 points, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe, and 3 rebounds. So hopefully you see the trend here. Lots of guys getting involved in the offense in this game. They had 9 scores in the contest, including Malachi David, who hit a bucket and a rebound. He was out, though, for the complete second half on crutches after leaving the game in the first half. So very unfortunate to see that, and we'll try to get an update before Friday on what his condition is. Eagles 12 of 23 from the charity stripe for 52%. They hit 6 3-pointers in the ball game, 2 more than Roswell. We mentioned they out-rebounded Roswell 35-18. Again, that was thanks to 8 rebounds from Henderson and 7 from Turbiatis, 6 for Vega, and 5 for Amron Wheeler. So lots of guys crashing the boards in the victory. Only blemish on the record, or on the stat record here, Eagles with those 23 turnovers, 7 more than Roswell. But I guess when you win by 5, you'll take the W and not worry about the turnovers.
Exactly. I know they wanted to clean up the ball. I know they were worried about the 29 that they had let go against Roswell in Roswell, but they went ahead and put that all behind them and went ahead and said, you know what, if we play strong enough, we will definitely win this. This is their 6th game they got over 70 points, and it came at the right time, especially since this is their biggest score they've done in district so far this season. And you were talking about the fact that they had 3-point attempts. Well, this is the 4th time they've done well on 3-point attempts, as well as – no, actually it was striped, on the charity stripe. This is their 4th time they've done 23 attempts. They haven't had too many in the past. This time around, it paid off for them, and they got victory against a very deserving Roswell, who is now 2-2. They were down in the rankings, and now they're still down because Hobbs got this victory and came back strong.
Well, that's 72 points, well above the average of any of the teams in the district this year in terms of scoring. We came into this game, Clovis averaging 59.6, Roswell 57, Hobbs at 54, and Carlsbad at 46 a game. Hobbs getting 72 tonight, which is 18 more than their season average, at least in the district games they played up until this one. So that kind of tells you, in front of the home crowd, kind of sparked him up. It was not a packed house here tonight, got to say that too. But still, Eagles playing basketball, not worrying about anything peripheral, just getting on the court and playing some hoops.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, it's cold, so, I can understand some people, I know one guy at least that he has season tickets, but he goes ahead and watches the game online because it's a little more comfortable. He doesn't have to worry about getting in the cold and doing all that other stuff. But still, you're right about that. And season average for Hobbs, they are 57.56, or at least they were when they got in this game, for points a game. So they did a whole lot better. Coach always says if you can get 20 points average a quarter, you're going to win this game. And it was close, but still, Hobbs almost got 20 points and they did get the victory. It was a close one, but they rallied at the end and were able to get those turnovers to not turn over for them and be able to get this victory.
Again, earlier tonight, Clovis getting the win over Carlsbad 65-51, and that was thanks to a strong third quarter. Clovis outscoring Carlsbad 25-9, although Carlsbad turned the tables in the fourth quarter, outscored the Wildcats 24-12 to keep it at least to 14. Still a pretty good win there for Clovis to get the win.
Right.
They were only up 12-10 at the end of one, the Wildcats were, and they were up 28-18, a 10-point lead at the half, and then that big 25-9 surge for Clovis. But still, they're 3-1 in district. The Clovis Wildcats, of course, losing the battle with the Eagles here about almost 10 days ago. 1-point victory for the Eagles here at Tasker Arena. So very pivotal game. Clovis now 3-1. Hobbs goes to 2-2. Roswell 2-2 as well. Carlsbad still at the basement right now with only one win against the Eagles. But hey, this thing is going to be a jumbled mess here till the end. And then we got, that's an automatic berth, by the way. You win the regular season record, you get that automatic berth to the state tournament. Doesn't automatically give you the best seeding out there. You can still have not a best seed, but still have a chance to get through the district tournament and win that one and get your ticket punched as well. Hobbs with the strength of schedule is not going to hurt them either. The problem is you would like to try to get as close to that 500 mark as you can. And right now, they're still about 3 games shy of that. And again, trying to get in the state tournament when you're trying to convince a committee, hey, there's 4 or 5 teams ahead of us with a better record. Strength of schedule might figure into that, but you got to pick up some wins too. Doesn't hurt to beat Clovis. Maybe twice would really help, but Roswell, you're still ahead of them in the Max Preps poll, but, again, it's hard to make the decisions now what's going to be the best, committee decision there later on, but still, Hobbs picking up the W's is what matters at this point.
Yeah, Hobbs has 2 wins against possible district champions. They also have that unfortunate thing of both being able to win the district but not be able to get a winning record, because if they do that, they'll win out. They'll get 2 games below. They'll have 1 more game at least because of district tournament. They'll be able to, if they win that one, they'll be 1 short. But still, with the strength of schedule, I think that's going to favor them. Plus, again, like I said, they have possible 2 district champions that they beat both of them. Yes, one of them was Artesia, but still, that does count as a 1 in a tiebreaker, and that accounts for everything, especially when it gets down to the wire and you want those points for a tiebreak difference.
The other team, too, Los Lunas, that you're talking about,
exactly.
Which is a very strong team, still in the top 10.
And I would think 2 top 10 victories also would credit them as well.
So, big win tonight again, 72-67, a 5-point victory for Hobbs Eagles. Friday night, we will be on the road to Clovis, and that should be a very exciting matchup against the Wildcats. Sure, the Purple and White would like to even the score up and kind of coast their way into the regular season championship. I'd like to thank our sponsors before we take off here of Hobbs Eagle Hoops on the radio and the internet.
Absolutely. We want to thank First American Bank of Hobbs, Forest Tire, Hobbs Express, Elite Home Healthcare, Lee County State Bank, Lasco Construction, The Coffee House, TDS, Thriftway, NMR Pipeline, Devon Energy, The Model, Emerson Media and Design, Divine Energy Services, and Hydrotrek Services. Without you guys, we definitely wouldn't be on the air and definitely wouldn't be on the radio on Cool 95.7.
And again, congratulations to Hobbs Lady Eagles getting their 4th win in district, blowing out Roswell on the road tonight. Thanks to Evie back at the station. For Ron Gunner, myself, Ty Friend, and Jessica Friend on the scoreboard tonight, Hobbs Eagles victorious, and we'll see you Friday at 6:45 p.m. on the road in Wildcat Land. Have a great rest of a Tuesday out there.
Clear.
Thank you.